Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of Downtime, the Hangar, where we talk about all things GBO2 and tangent. But anyway, I'm joined by Gustav the 13th
Yep.
and Gaming Emblem.
Oh. I haven't worked out in a while. Too much battle
Oh
off.
my gosh, too much battle up. Yeah.
We broke our fingers trying to get those ads.
Oh yeah, for real though, the ag grind. But anyway, how's it been out there in the snow, Gustav?
It sucks because it's the fucking snow. Actually, it did snow here like earlier in the week, and I'm kind of glad it's gone. But you know, Midwest shit, so it's gonna be back.
Yeah, I think
I
that
have
same
no
storm
doubt
hit
in my
me.
mind.
So, a serious question for you in that regard. Why didn't you just migrate?
Because I can't bring my studio with me. What do you mean?
Oh, fuck. Good
And
point.
by,
Okay,
by
never
that
mind.
I mean my room. But I gotta stream, man.
Okay, I
I'm a
get you.
domesticated goose.
I get it. I get it. You gotta set up in your whole birdhouse. Okay.
Yes.
But yeah. So what else happened, Gustav?
Well, I was turned into a goose recently, as you can tell. But other than that, just been sticking with Yakuza 4. Yesterday was our big ag grind to try to get the suit, so that took the place of us doing some more Yakuza, but we'll be getting back to that tomorrow. And besides that, just trying to keep up with recordings, stuff like that, keeping things going to the YouTube. Sometimes I kind of fall off and I gotta get my head out of my ass and actually get on that. But things have been pretty good here otherwise. Not a whole lot going on, which is usually a good thing. What about you guys?
I just need to turn the cameras off this time.
So you can't look.
What do you mean? But I'm doing pretty well. I woke up this morning and I was an anime waifu. You hate to see it happen. I don't know. But wasn't too bad. Sorry, we're having a podcast at a different time than usual because I was at the dentist yesterday. Pain is real. I was getting some fillings in, and even numbed, it was still pretty. That the dentist was going to very intensify. I think he was trying his ag out in my mouth. No lewdness intended.
He's trying to down drill the whole time. Let's go.
Hell yeah. There was one part where I'm pretty sure my mouth was the full armor double Zeta, and he was down swinging me. Oh my god, it hurt so much. But anyway,
holy shit.
Pseudo Gundam references that might be lewd aside, it was pretty good, all things considered. I was messing around on Demon Souls during the week. It's been a while since I played it, and I only really played it once. Because I'm sure you guys have a similar introduction to it, but the only time I played that game was when my friends had already played it. I'm like, oh, Kevin, my name's Kevin. Oh, Kevin, Demon Souls is so hard. And I was like, okay, yeah, let's play it. And it was refreshingly different, but at the end of the day, it was just kind of like what I always say: you figure out the patterns, you know what's safe and what's not, and then the game is casual mode.
I don't know about that. Considering how your first run went, because I was there for a little bit of it.
Oh, I still got to get used to things.
Yeah, you just got to get those patterns down.
Yeah, for sure.
There's easier ways and harder ways to play sometimes.
For sure. Probably. But yeah, just more of that. We're getting ready for clan match tonight. T3P. But besides that, what's good stuff? You're not Gustav. Sorry,
Kinda.
we're all wearing white. I just noticed that too.
In my white tees, I mean
Oh
feathers.
my gosh. Um, but yeah, I was about to say, just don't try to play a mage in Bloodborne.
Oof.
I see the get on
Actually, I
Bloodborne.
tried to get there on my first build. Like I was messing around after a while because I found a really good dungeon to grind stuff in, and I was doing a little bit of spellage. It was nice to at least have it on deck every once in a while. Something
Yeah, but you
different to throw out
can't
there.
just like make a build out of it though.
Nah,
That's kind
you have
of
to really dedicate to it and like be willing to like slice your life all the time
yeah, it's kind
because
of
it's ammo based.
That's pretty much it for me. We'll be continuing more during the weekend. That's for sure.
cool. And then for me, I had stuff and things.
Ricky.
Oh no. But yeah, pretty much the what was it? Black Friday and Cyber Monday stuff. Yeah, I got some
Ooh.
parts.
Woo.
That's the thing.
As we kind of talked about it when I mentioned it during the Baldur's Gate 3 stuff on Monday, which I'm currently working on. That episode's not up just because we had it. We had it. We had a like 2 hour long combat thing that happened.
Sounds like D&D.
Yeah, pretty much. It definitely embodied D&D. The only thing is they were like, so why are these taking so long? They need to really fix this. And we kind of found out that it's just my PC being the host and running the game. It takes longer because it's got to process all their thoughts and decisions. And so each enemy turn takes like 5 to 15 seconds. And
Oof.
there was like 20 to 30 enemies and, well, 4 of us. So we get our turn done and then we're waiting for all the enemies to go. And yeah, so oops. But it looked like an impossible fight. But our rogue, which apparently everybody's shouting needs to be buffed because it doesn't do any damage, but he pretty much has most of our single target. So either we're all doing it wrong or
He's just like
people,
straight up assassin mode.
well, the thing
you got to
is,
get good.
I mean, it just seems like he's doing normal rogue things, and I'm like, in 5e, rogue actually they fixed a lot of its damage problems early, so it's not just a skill monkey. So I was like,
Skill
long as-
monkey.
yeah, yeah. In 3.5, if you were a rogue, you disarmed traps and you did things.
You're pretty much just the utility guy in the slot.
Yeah, you pretty much disarm traps and you, you know, have your other skills ready to do different random things that need to be done for the party. And when it comes to combat, you're like, here's my bow attack. Okay, I hit. I rolled dice. Let's see. My damage is I dealt 1 damage. Cool.
Oof.
Yeah. Like, and then the fighter's just like, I cleave through 4 guys. Ha ha ha. You know. So it's just yeah. Rogues. Most people that I know that play rogues are kind of like, well, this is a little awkward. And then I'm just like, hey man, I'm playing the druid, so I just do everything. No big deal.
I can transform into all the things.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Well, not just that. Like the druid
I
pretty
have
much can
ads I
fill
can roll.
every role.
Mm.
So they kind of did away with that in 5th edition. Oh, and then you have a pet. So like the only thing that feels bad about the druid in 3.5 is like, you know, levels 1 to before you can transform. Pretty much, you rely on your pet to do all your damage. So
Oof.
you're like, okay, here I got my sling, and okay, I hit. Time to roll damage. Okay.
Got 2.
Oh, I got 2, and my
That
modifier.
sounds like it's bleeding into Beastmaster Ranger.
My
Do they not have
modifier.
Rangers as a class?
Wait, what?
Like that sounds like it's bleeding into Beastmaster Ranger a little bit.
Oh well,
Do they
see,
not have
see
Ranger as a
that's
class?
5th edition, I think, right? Isn't 5th edition where they actually have the Beastmaster like sub?
Well, I think they have
class?
variation stuff, like depending on what you're playing as well.
Like for Ranger,
but I can't
though,
really remember exactly.
Ranger, I think, had the handle animal kind of companion pet as well, I think, in 3.5. I didn't really play Ranger too much. But Druid in 3.5 had literally everything. You had spells, you could play control, you could play healer, you could play DPS, you could play a tank, you could
Jesus.
do literally, you got to pick whenever what you wanted to do. So Druid was literally pretty much the most OP class. In like 3.5 and
OP.
yeah. So Druid, and I think even before then too. I can't remember what books I played when I was in high school, but so anyway, main point, not to go too far into this, but yeah, like the thing that they did in 5th edition was they got rid of the animal that you would have that does all your damage. But so essentially the main thing is at level 1, I do my sling attack and I roll my damage. I roll a 2 because you get 1d4, but because you're a druid and you don't care about your strength or your dex modifier really, oh, I got -2, so I deal 0 damage. You know, it's like you roll a 1. I heal him. I heal him for 1 health. No, that can't happen.
Oh
Hallelujah.
my god, that'd be
But
awful. Oh my god.
yeah,
I don't think you could do 0 either. Like, is usually not stuff like that. Isn't like min 1?
I mean, here's how my friend would describe it, and I love this way of describing 3.5 to 5th edition. 3.5 tells you what you can't do. 5th edition lets you do stuff you can. And yeah, I would, knowing 3.5, I would say no. You could probably somehow accidentally heal the creature instead. That's 3.5. It came from that kind of era where it's like,
I remember playing it,
sucks to
but
suck.
I don't think we ever had anything like that. But I don't know. Maybe we household it so it wouldn't be like less fun if something like that happens.
That's why there's a lot of homebrew when it comes to like 3.5 these days. It's one of those things like, you know, it's kind of the
vanilla
argument.
3.5 sucked, but like it left a lot open for like really good alt builds and shit.
Yeah,
no one played 3.5. We just played Pathfinder.
There you go. But anyway, other than that though, the Baldur's Gate 3 fight took forever, but we somehow managed to pretty much cheese it because our rogue, we all died, and our rogue just kept hiding in a corner and then disappearing and then shooting everybody.
Carried by the rogue.
Yeah, pretty much. And it kind of, the reason why we went with the full combat is there was actually a wager made, like, that he couldn't win it, and then they did. So yeah. So pretty much I'm trying to edit that and get the long video to actually work and not crash, because so what I've done is I finally got it separated, and I'm going to speed up the combat and fast forward through it, so you're just going to see like a bunch of moving around and then the camera, and then I'm going to like put a ×4 up at the top to show that it's going like ×4 speed or ×8. And because there's that one point where I'm like, yeah, if I move the camera, it'll probably crash, and if it crashes, you lose all this progress. So I'm just gonna leave the camera still till we feel safe and I can save. And so yeah, at one point, like halfway through the fight or whatever, I just had the camera sitting there. So I'll like ×8 or ×16 till it gets past that part. But
he's
anyway,
fighting, I promise.
Other than that, it did the ag grind. Was really happy to see the FAZZ in the game, and ag is cool. I acquired the ag. It was a very long acquisition yesterday. The ag puns have been fun. I don't know why it's always the aqua suits that I have to, like the GOG and stuff, that I gotta do crazy puns with, but
we need some new puns. We've been running the knocked into the ground, so need another mobile suit that we can pun up with.
Oh man, a friend of mine just came through chat. I should have dropped the puns. Oh no! Like he's like the pun master though, so he would approve. Okay. Anyway, so the FAZZ.
Yes.
What do we think?
It's big. Also does a lot of barf damage.
It's a big chunky bit of deeps that you can go in on. Feels good, man. Bully to the max.
Okay, for real though, have you had any trouble approaching any of them?
Absolutely not.
Really?
Like the only thing that gives me trouble is when I get like interrupted by generals. Like if there's a general that's causing me trouble, at least in the raids I play, yes. But in any other case, like maybe maybe he has a full charge up, but I've been hindered, but like not really. No.
Okay, have they done this? Have they actually fired their little 6 vomit of missiles? And
They're
Not
then
really. Most of
missiles.
the time, they're
okay, like the thing is, and have they Vulcaned you though?
no. Like people probably just don't know what they're doing right
Okay,
now.
because that's all they have to do to get the stagger with it. Like,
Yeah, the back missiles stun really fast, and then the Vulcans are pretty much just the MLRS Vulcans or the GBO2 Vulcans in
yeah,
general.
they have exactly the same stagger ratio from what I understand.
Right.
So it's the thing is, and you can do this all while boosting away.
Yeah, everybody's being big dumb and they want to stand their ground, and you know
man.
they think they got to support hubris like over 9,000. Like silly
I do so much
Robbie,
damage.
bang bang, sea serpent, blah, combo town, blah.
Just like that.
That's how the matches go.
I'm trying to bring your side up, so I can get to work. Although my oh man was where the I realized it's not letting me downscale the resolution at all. So whoop,
Yeah, these Dovins, dude.
Oops.
yeah, it's gonna look a little
Alright, Magnum,
choppy over here, but oh well.
if you need some FAZZ gameplay.
Well, I got it. I
got you
got
covered.
Gustav's stream up right now. It's just gonna look a little choppy.
Oh, if we need any backup, you can do that too. Don't ask what a perspective is on a Mark II. It's okay.
I don't know if I want to show that.
It showcases the power
like
of the FAZZ perfectly, man.
some war crimes.
I don't think I should show that. We don't need to see a Mark II kill a support.
Violence against innocent.
We don't need to see that. That is.
I mean, it kind of illustrates the point, though, right?
I mean, it's the Mark II though. Like it's broken. I mean, if we need to show it, we just need to show it so it gets
which is
nerfed.
the premier rate at 650.
Yeah, it just needs to get nerfed. Is all that needs to happen.
Nah, Mark II is doing fine.
No.
Now it's me, General Brother, the regular Cubile, which was in a perfectly fine spot. No bias here. You know.
I mean, now that it got nerfed, it feels pretty good. Like, oh man, it's so good to bully that thing.
I mean, the other one's gonna be this where it's at because raid life. That's never gonna change. Because even after it got released and people were Mark II like matches, even before the debuff, and even after the debuff, like Cubile regular Cubiles are still pretty common.
I mean, yeah, they're still pretty common, but like it definitely feels a lot easier to take out. Like the damage is still there, and that's the thing. The Cubile's damage was absurd to begin with, so not really missing too much.
The only shitty thing is that I only had the level 2 FAZZ. kind of gotta watch where I end up.
So I mean, how are you liking it playing it right now, Gustav?
It's pretty good. It does a lot of the stuff that the Dovin does without me having to fight the scootiness, which I actually kind of like.
I like that it's not a Scooty suit too.
The cannon I don't use too much. Kind of like the 7th or anything like that. Big damage though. Like I can the
Oh yeah.
baseline 10,000 or 10,500 for the level 2.
Yeah, so you essentially get to delete a general.
Yep.
Like,
So anything that it gets hit with, it will absolutely destroy, but it's not a stream beam. It's like the regular mega launcher as opposed to the boosted, for example.
I mean, that's
It's
kind of
one big boy
why I
chunky
like
hit.
it, but the thing is, like, I don't know. I don't know if it's. I mean, I guess the Cubulate might survive.
Mm.
It's about the only thing I could think of that.
Like if you fuck
general-wise-
up and hit the shoulder, yeah, probably.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not going to survive with much. It's not going to live much longer after that.
No, especially since they debuffed it. But
yeah,
the funniest thing, and it's interesting that Emblem brought up the ag booping a FAZZ because that totally happened to me the other day. I got held down by like a couple dudes, and then he slowly rolled in with his momentum and went doop, and that's all it took.
Wait,
'cause
was
it
that
had,
was
like,
that
no
last
health
night?
left. That was yesterday.
Was that? Wait, were you?
one of the mix-up matches I was doing towards the end?
Was that after I
Was
left?
on Impact Site. Yeah,
Okay, I was gonna say because I
I
did
got
that to a
fucking booped
FAZZ
by an
yesterday.
egg.
But I couldn't remember if I was like, wait, was that me? Did I do that? But yeah, like that thing does crazy damage. Even like I was in that mix-up game, and like I mean, we'll talk about the ag here in a minute, but
Mhm.
oh, I love the ag. But anyway, the so the FAZZ though. What I'm afraid of is it might be a little lacking in damage from everything else, even though it has some good, decent output. I feel like most every suit, and I haven't been able to actually look at all the damage numbers and kind of do some math with it or play around with it yet. So I'm hoping I get one and can just sit around and look at that.
Hit a
But
bunch of stuff. Yeah.
yeah, and then well, I mean, and not just that though, just kind of not even just to dwell on things, but I can at least look at it and kind of play around with the numbers just on paper at least, which I mean I could look that up on the wiki at some point, but I'm lazy. And okay, that does kind of look obnoxious when it launches like that with the huge like
Oh, the cable.
looks like
Yeah.
belt fed ammo thing or whatever kind of looking thing. I'm like, what in the world?
Yeah, it's got a power strip for his
Yeah,
big boy cannon.
that does look obnoxious.
It's coming out of the full armor parts too. Like it's on the back butt for it.
Oh, dude, yeah, it's down at the bottom. That's kind of cool, actually.
Oh god, I'm getting chased. No. Alright.
You know what really sucks is that I was assuming I was like, oh, this one's gonna actually have the beam saber cannon.
Nope.
Nope.
You think it
Yeah,
would,
you'd think you would.
but now we have a giant fucking cannon on its shoulder, so no.
But
If anything, they should turn around and like if we ever get the regular full powered or full armor, they should have it on that one.
please,
Because technically this is a variant. This isn't even actually what the original like FAZZ was.
like what I'm guessing that they're gonna do is either they're not gonna put them in, or if they put them in, they're gonna have to add them to the other ones because it just doesn't really make sense for it not to have it.
It would just be the way that they differentiate it, I guess.
I
It would
hope
probably
so,
just be
but
like a boosted double Zeta. I don't know what I'm trying to swing.
it doesn't have
I will
balancer,
say
right?
though, can't remember. I don't think it does. Nah, it doesn't.
Oh, dude, that's so scary. And
Ugh.
it's pulling an emblem.
Well,
It's
it does it
actually
on the
painted.
ground.
It's painted.
It has
like,
balancer
yeah.
in space though.
Oh, it
It's
does
a little
have balancer in
scary on
space.
this map.
But kind of one thing to kind of point out or maybe note, like maybe screw supports the raid main, by the way. But one thing I'm kind of excited about with this suit getting in and the gun, is I kind of wonder if we're going to see the Mega Launcher Zeta here at some point. Because I mean, this gun kind of feels like a good precursor, or maybe lead into it, maybe. And they already said that they want to put it in, so maybe
that's pretty hype.
Maybe that'll be like something we'll see further down the line, especially like the A1 existing. The transformable flying support thing isn't
not
a
only
dream
that,
either.
but the C1 too is.
Or yeah, the C1. That's what I meant. So it'll be interesting, and maybe it'll be like in a radiation style beam instead of Big Chungus. Or if it's Big Chungus, they'll learn from their mistakes on the FAZZ and not make it have like a redonkulous charge time.
I think that's kind of the point. I think the problem is that it might be lacking a little bit in its proper damage numbers.
The damage. I hate that.
Well,
sucks.
We were talking about this a little bit last night, but do you think it's just a problem of like that BB tends to have with gimmick suits, where they balance the suit around the gimmick and ends up shooting in the foot?
Yeah, so they want you to actually use the giant beam, and the thing is, it might not even be balanced enough to where you'd have to hit 2 suits probably to actually get the right amount of damage that you'd want out of the suit, right? So it's like that's how the 7th feels. Like I feel like if I'm actually charging it, and even if I'm firing it, like as soon as it's like fully charged, I'm just like, boom, okay, now move, right? And I'm trying to get in there like as soon as possible. If I just hit 1 target, my numbers seem to suffer. But if I hit 2, then I'm actually getting closer to what I would be doing if I was playing something like the MLRS. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, shoot, if you can confirm that, I mean that's like probably a pretty solid and easy 20,000 at least, especially for hitting generals.
Yeah, but I mean,
that's
again,
a good chunk of change.
I have to do that to compete with my MLRS, which otherwise it's just like just play the MLRS.
Yeah, because it has a lot more stun factor on it right out of the gate. It doesn't have as much output as this thing does, but it can get itself out of more situations than the FAZZ can on foot.
But I will say though, the thing I do like about the FAZZ is it does have a lot of accumulative stagger, and then just being able to charge it up in 2 seconds instead of the 1.
It's definitely
0.5.
easier to break through maneuver armor than it is to break through damage control, though. Oh my god. If they stand still and just neutral, it might take a second.
How bad does it feel with the lack of damage control?
It needs damage control. Being at 100% makes it too free. Like it's ridiculous.
I was gonna say, as the Mark II, playing as the Mark II, you can just shoot with the follow funnels like what, once, twice, and you're just like,
yeah, it's like twice, 3 times.
Yeah, not to mention it does nothing to do with the flinch. So like, good luck trying to get your actions out, especially if several get on you or whatever at cost.
And you still actually, I thought you couldn't flinch to like that or the Zommel.
That I'm not sure about. I'd have to take a look at the skill and see if it prevents flinch. It might.
Since it downscales everything, I thought it also just negated flinch completely.
Yeah, it would be immune to flinch.
Okay.
But I don't know, the way I see to deal with the raid from what I would do is I'd probably do the vomit of 6 missiles, whatever that's called, the 3 tubes or whatever, probably something like that. Then I'd probably,
I think it's 6 or some nonsense, but yeah, you got it.
Then I'd probably follow up with the Vulcans. and then and just boost back, or even follow up with the back missiles and just boost back and try to just keep just kiting backwards. That's the best part about the suit, though, is like everything it has, you can just vomit out missiles while running away. How are the
I
damage
like how
on
the
those?
missiles travel, but I'm kind of bad of the missiles. Like I like how to shoot straight up and then go out.
Ble-
Yeah, they definitely take a little
Magnum.
bit of practice. Um,
Oh, okay.
but I've played a lot of the supers, so they feel pretty comfortable coming from like playing the
Yeah.
super. I will say the depending on the damage on those, that little 6-shot missile or 8-shot missile, that one that you just fired off, Gustav,
Like both of them are doing around like 200 some odd per hit.
I wonder if, I mean, it might be better just to save those if a raid comes at you. I mean, if you just can vomit
I mean,
them
if you
out, then no
save them,
big
then
deal.
you're not outputting anything though. Like you're still
Right.
at the bar shit out as a support.
Yeah. I just wonder, do you actually like overheat anything else, or is there just some downtime to where you just have to use
There's
them?
some downtime for the main weapon. Not to mention the Vulcans. You know, they're good, but you have to get in with them because they don't have that kind of reach.
Fair enough.
And you're not going to sit there for like a billion years to try to charge a main cannon unless you really know you're like tucked in somewhere.
Yeah, and the 18 missile launcher seems to be your secondary damage output too.
Yeah,
'Cause it
not
has
to
more
mention it
damage than
stuns
the
really
6.
fast, so it just keeps them locked. That's like
Yeah,
half the
because
point.
those missiles have a 15% stagger value per shot, and the 6 shoulder has 35, and both of the missiles cause flinching.
Oh, that's pretty nice, actually. No. Get wrecked, raid.
Yeah, level 1, the 6 tube or 6. This calls it the 6 shoulder S missile launcher is 150 and a 175 or 157 at level 2. And the 18 pack is 24 and or 240 and then 250 at level 2. It's
Yeah,
got
shit.
noticeably more damage. They shoot a little bit slower, but you have more of them. There's also better range. The 18 unit has a range of 400, whereas the 6 have a range of 350. So that one definitely seems to be your kind of like raid peel away
Yeah.
thing, while as the other one seems to be made for damage output.
See, that's what I was wondering, if you could just kind of save that, maybe. That's they just kind of focus on the main weapon and then the back missile launcher for the most part. I will say that charge time though is pretty nice. I was wondering how it'd feel. I know half a second is still a decent amount of time.
Yeah, it's about. I think that's about as fast as it is on the regular Zeta for
Like
the main gun.
is it 1.5? I mean, they both might be 2 seconds, but I thought I've
Or
always
like
been saying
slightly faster.
1.5
Yeah,
for the double Zeta.
I can look again
I can
after this.
check. Yeah, let's see. FAZZ is 2.
Oh my god, two's gonna fucking blow it up in a second. Yeah.
3?
Yeah, they're both 2.
But
Although, was that a buff? Like, then it charged slower before, right?
no,
I
no,
think it's about the same.
yeah, it's been the same. I've been saying, so I've just been saying it wrong this entire time because I've been saying 1.5 for just
Mm.
forever. Whoops, my bad.
No, the thing that they changed was I think the missiles.
Oh, the
in a
time
couple
between
other things.
shots, yeah. Or no, it was just the that's what a beam saber. They changed the heat rate. There we go. Okay, and the
Yeah.
power.
Okay.
But yeah. So overall, the wait, does it actually have the same? Is that a different? Yeah, that's a different one because it shoots blue lasers, right?
Yeah.
But so what's the skills on it?
Let's see. So this is a level 2, but high performance radar 3, high performance scope, observational data link level 1, high performance aerospace gimbal, high spec AMBAC level 1, shock dampeners level 1, special back add-on buffer level 1, and large shoulder weaponry special cushioning because that gun's fucking huge. But
How
that in
much is that?
particular only does it by 10%.
Oh my, come on.
So the back and the gun are only 10%. It really should be a lot more for how huge they are.
Oh yeah, especially that gun, dude. Like, come on. Oof. But I will say with its health and stuff, if we want to go down the health and all that stats real quick, Emblem, and then we can, because you pretty much already have said the stagger rate for the missiles and stuff. So.
Sure. So Vulcans are just like the MLRS. 90 at level 1 for damage, 94 at level 2. We have a 60 bullet clip. Stagger ratio is 6% per shot. So that's 17 hit stagger on most stuff. The beam saber is 1600 power at
Oh.
Sorry, Gustav was flapping his arm. So
okay, I like, and then I saw you guys like freaking out. I was like, did the volume stop? What's going on?
No, there is some Octopath music going on in the background, and I got hyped.
I understand. The level 2 is 1680 on the beam saber. Interestingly enough, the modifiers aren't actually updated on the webpage yet. I'm gonna have to go off the assumption that they are standard, which is 100%, 75, and 130. But for side and down swings, it's a question mark. So it's not called a data is uploaded yet.
Uh-oh. Data.
The double beam rifle is 1400 damage level 1 on a non-charge and 15 on a full charge, and that should affect both beams. 1500 at level 2, 1600 on a full charge. Heat rate is 65% on a non-charge shot, and it's 85% on a full charge shot. So that's pretty interesting in that regard. The double zeta, the standard double zeta, can put out a little bit better in regards to just spamming its particular beam rifle. And like most beams, the stagger values are kind of low on this. It's only 5% per beam, 10% if you do a full charge. And it does pierce if you have a full charge on the beam rifle, though.
That's always nice.
That's a good thing that they let that carry over.
Let me see. Stat wise, so there are two costs for the suit: 600 and 650. HP is 19,000 level 1, 20,500 level 2. The live ammo correction is 35, 37 at level 2. Beam resistance is 35, but 38 at level 2. And melee resistance is a whopping 0. For both costs.
Fucking nothing.
Oh, Mark II Jubilee. Yeah.
Good old Kubaloo. Electric Boogaloo.
The range damage modifier is 50% or 50 rather at level 1. Melee is 0 at level 1. Range at level 2 is 53. Melee is 2 at level 2. I think I might have said level 3. It's 53 at level 2. The speed of the suit is 95. Boost speed is 150. Thrust is 55. Woo! It's right up there at the Pixie. Actually, they buffed it now, so it's a little bit better now. Yay!
I mean, hey, that's support life, man.
But the turn speed is 48. A little bit faster in space because of the preference. It has low or 1 melee priority. It does the lazy kick for the counter.
God, man. Lazy ass kick. Fucking A. I know it's big and
Mm.
it probably hurts like a motherfucker, but like that fucking kick has carried them a long way.
Hell yeah, it has.
Here's this kick.
Like, I think as a support, you have like it has the thing on its forehead, you know.
Yeah, that would have been
its
amazing
counter-
if it could high
its
mega.
counter-
Yo, like if it grabbed and held and went. Phew.
Dude, like, what if, like, through some of those counters, just real quick, like, high mega cannon counter, like, just grab. Only the thing is, the beam just, like, goes across the entire map till it hits a wall.
Dude, man, that's what I was gonna say. Like, they should like have that thing be a Mortal Kombat fatality. Like Zeta and FAZZ should just like headbutt them and then just like high mega cannon them right in the fucking face, man. It'd be so sick.
It would be funny though. You just get free extra damage on anybody that's behind them.
Yeah, be amazing.
It needs it, so that'd be fine.
That should be because that's always what the Double Zeta is supposed to have been. Is just like this overwhelming force that has like this insane output that just fucks shit up. And the minute it shows up with its big like hyper sabers or whatever, it's just like, oh shit. But we never got that from the Double Zeta in general.
Yeah.
But we have to balance around biosensor and giant cannons, man.
Yep. Gotta get that free get out of jail free card every once in a while. And the fact that somehow a beam saber has a lot of weight to it. Hold on a minute. Let me just drop this on you.
Ask the Tristan about that, right?
Yeah.
Oh, the Tristan just.
Tristan's like, come on, man, I gotta carry two of these.
Tristan just never does arm day, man.
Carry two of these. Yeah, exactly.
Tristan skips arm day every
Meanwhile,
day.
the G3's looking at it like, what the hell is wrong with you?
Yeah, right.
Your arms. Or not the G3, the prototype even. It's worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
Oh my gosh, the prototype is just terrifying, dude. Like,
great grandpa.
They gave it
Gundam.
another
Like, come on,
fucking
bro.
level.
well, now I think it falls off, so I guess we can kind of mention that later. But yeah,
I mean, yeah, but it's just like, what?
Yeah, it probably has a good fight against the FAZZ, so whatever.
It probably would. Mix up's gonna be weird. It's already got a bunch of
It'd be a little
eggs
bit
floating around
hard.
in it.
Because, like, I will say the FAZZ probably does have pretty decent keep away against the suits that can't set it up. Like, I had a match last night that got me kind of salty because I wanted to beat a Hambone Rabbi, and the guy that had the A1 steak sauce on our team did not want to switch, so I played Zeta Gundam instead. And this is on Deserted City. And we had a situation where there was a Dryson and a Mark II, and we were over by I think it's D Point. It's the one by the big tall building, and it's in the middle of the map, or not D. I think that one's C. Oh no, that's one of the ones in the middle. But the FAZZ was over there on the way to D, and the raid was behind me. So I see the two generals, and I go to cut them off so that the raid can murder the FAZZ. Right. But like, the guy ended up backing off because the C1 can't stun the FAZZ, and it's just free damage at that point. Like,
wait,
it was super
the C1, or you mean the A1?
Oh yeah, the A1. Sorry, I'm gonna confuse the two now that they both exist in the game. But yeah, the A1 can't stun that thing easily, so he just got overwhelmed with damage and had to fall back. And I'm over here fighting two generals so he can have his limelight.
Glories.
And then I get killed by the FAZZ because our raid had to back off because he can't do anything. I mean, there kind of is that.
So
I'm a little curious.
Real quick,
like,
all he had
I guess it's supposed to be the cushioning, so like the hit beams just weren't doing it.
Well, I mean, the hit beams can't stagger, but the thing is, if he would have transformed to get in there,
yeah,
and
like, that would have done it.
Yeah, that would have done it. Like that's what I was doing to. Actually, that's what I did to you, Emblem. You got the suit too, didn't you?
Playing it the other night, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I did to you. I just hit beamed you and then bumped you and then transformed, shot you, and then slashed you in the back because you can't turn around. So either you're gonna tackle away from me or I'm just gonna beat you to death. And that's what I did.
Yeah, I think in a normal case they would just. I still feel like the recovery time is fast enough. I mean, it happened last night, but I suck with support. So I mean, what can I say? But like, I feel like in the normal case, the FAZZ would just boost forward and like the shot wouldn't do anything, and they would just keep shooting you, right? Like I don't know.
Well, well, no, you transform and you do the pew 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 pew, and then that staggers, and then you shoot and then bump, and then you transform, and then you turn around, shoot him in the back, and then you can't do anything.
Well,
because you just they can't.
I don't
support syndrome.
How
it's rotating support syndrome problems.
Well, they don't even have to rotate. They would just boost forward and disengage. I mean, I don't think they would be stunned long enough to not be able to do anything in a normal situation, right?
I mean, you still can outmaneuver them at least.
I mean, I don't disagree, but yeah, but like in that scenario, you would still be in the middle of like de-transforming, and you would be facing the wrong way yourself. And granted, you're right, you would turn faster. But I mean, like I think if the support knows what they're doing, they would just boost forward, and the A1 would kind of just be back to shooting them again, like maybe
cut the shot forward. Short. Yeah, because if you do it too early and you're still coming in, then the stun is a moot point. But if they boost forward and cut off the entire burst, then not only had they closed the gap, but if they did get stunned, you're going to fly past them anyway. So yeah, in those situations, it should still have a chance to do some damage and get away. Like if he would have like turned around and just like fallen back, but he could just hold his own even, which is also an interesting thing because it still has the output after the fact, which is a little scary, depending on what's actually going on it.
Yeah, and I just think if the only way you can stun it is in your transformation mode, the amount of downtime between getting it off and then following up gives the support enough time to get away. At least I think it does.
The problem is like you can catch up to them so easy. Like you don't even have to really even boost to catch up. So once you transform, you can just boost back. Like in the air, you can boost with the A1. So like you transform and you're already going backward with them.
I feel you.
So you're just pretty much following them, and then if they're trying to rotate at the same time, you look at the mini map which way they're rotating, and then you just kind of go around the other way, and you still end up being behind them. And either way, then you're also rotating.
I might just not be able to picture it. I don't really like the A1. I still kind of think it's underwhelming.
I mean,
I think it plays battle operation a bit too fair. So I can't picture it.
So it's like it's just an easier choice between the two.
Oh yeah, the Hammurabi can just heat rod just be like what's up?
Yeah, the cape is like
or serpent. Yeah.
So it might just be something I need to mess around with and see how easy it is to do.
I mean, if you were completely taking up the generals, he should have been able to. My point is, he should have been able to, at the very least, disrupted the support to where he's running and doing nothing to you.
Oh no!
Yeah, that didn't happen though.
So that's kind of the other thing. That's kind of my point. Is like if he would have shot him, he would have staggered. Then he could have bumped. The bump was doing like 4K damage, which is just gross. Just because you have no melee resist on the FAZZ. So like that's what I mean. Like I was chunking you without even really actually hitting you with my beam sabers. So. But yeah, let's go ahead and do final thoughts on the FAZZ though. Since we went through all the skills and stuff. Wait, did you get part slots? I mean, it's mainly got long range parts.
God.
I didn't get to it, but I can.
Oh no!
Let's scroll down. Here we go. So for both levels, the top slots are 4. Mid slots are 14 and 15. And in the bottom slots are 20 and 23.
It's kind of bummer that it's just 20, but yeah, I was hoping it'd be a little bit more. That way you could really utilize the firing program level 5. Here we go. Here's the weekly complaint of the firing program level 5, where it takes 6 medium slots and 10 long, where the melee program 5 only takes 5 close, 3 and 3 of the other 2. What is this nonsense? But anyway,
perfectly balanced.
So with that, here's my kind of final thoughts.
More.
I hold forward. There you go.
I feel like could be lacking damage because of them balancing around the gimmick. So some other things might need a little bit of a buff, but hopefully, it kind of ends up working out at some point. Then I do like that it has so many dagger buildups, which is great. Between the Vulcans and the extra missile pack. And then I just like the other missiles and how the beam rifle works in general. My concern though is with the parts, you really kind of need to, have some melee res, probably. And even then though, it just might not be worth it because of what's out there. Mainly the Q-Blade Mark II. So like in that case, that kind of sucks. But having some melee res for all the generals that could get on you might be a pretty good idea. But at that point, there's you got the melee level 3, and you can't fit the melee 4, so then you can only do the melee 2 and 3, which is 10 medium, 10 mid, and 3 close total. So that doesn't leave much room for anything else. How many mid is on it again?
15.
Okay, yeah. So you could do
Yeah,
that.
14 at level 1, 15 at level 2.
But then you're not fitting anything else really other than maybe some kind of reload thing for the actually you could put health on it, I guess, at that point. But that's about it. Like that's kind of my only concern is possibly needing some melee res. If you don't do that, then you can put a ton of health on it though. And I think that might be another way to go about it.
Just
Because at
gotta
that point,
survive when you get clapped.
yeah, well, I mean, like, it's kind of the whole idea of, like, true damage in games. The best way to mitigate true damage in most games is to build more health. So,
Mhm.
if it's too hard to actually build melee res, then just go ahead and just throw as much health on it as you can.
Because it's like relative to health.
So, I think technically the melee res might give better effective HP. Well, it should, period. Compared to health for melee damage. But at least then, if you're doing health, then that just makes all your other resist better. So there's that too. But yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts. What do you guys think? Final thoughts?
I I think I'm more of the opinion that the damage output on it feels about like on par, if not like a bit above average. Like right now, from what I've seen, bullying it aside, like I don't really notice the damage like problem that you seem to be having, Magnum.
I
I
mean,
honestly think
I haven't really
before.
actually, like I said, I haven't looked at the numbers, and that's just my concern right
Mhm,
now is that it might be lacking. And again, I mean, comparing it to something like the MLRS,
right.
yeah, but
The main
Um,
gun slap's pretty good though.
yeah, because I kind of just look at it like it's not staggered out, but you have similar output. Like the MLRS at its highest level does 1320, and it fires 2 missiles, right? So your primary does more damage than the MLRS, but you have to hit with both, and it's a little bit harder. There's no
Mhm.
stun to set you up for the second missile or anything. Um, the beam saber is weaker. The melee definitely isn't as good, but I don't know how relevant that comes into play. So we know the Vulcans are the same. Um, the vertical launch is pretty good, and you can kind of simulate that a little bit without the explosive returns with your secondary. So I don't know. I think in that case it should be able to have similar output. And like I wouldn't say no if they wanted to add a little bit more damage to it, but I think first and foremost they should also give it at least level 1 damage control.
yeah,
The 100 stagger threshold I think is its biggest problem, and they need to do something about that. because I honestly think, especially with the range, that the FAZZ wants to. You don't want to be long range, because you can't protect yourself, and if the raid catches you, well, you can't protect yourself like super well. Any of the raids that set up staggers really easily, are gonna rip you apart. Like
that.
the only, yeah, your only recourse is to like gun them down before they get to you, which I don't think is impossible if you hit them with everything, you know your rotations. Honestly, I think if it's from a long distance, raids that fly at the FAZZ are making a bit of a mistake. Because as soon as the FAZZ shoots you out of the air, like, I think he'll kill you on the way down to the ground, especially like the Hambrabi. I think the FAZZ, depending on how high up you are, could probably like finish off the paper thin Hambrabi on the way down if it's like a ranged god or something and catches you with all of its shots. But perfect firing aside, you kind of got that going for you. But I think damage control level 1 would go a long way on the suit. I think it would feel a lot better, like for sure.
It would definitely give it more presence. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, I think that's kind of more of my issue with it is, like, it might have equal damage, but, I mean, the MLRS has a shield that blocks, like, a stagger all the time. And
right.
You have so much utility with that it's just, like, you always have a presence. Like, you
like,
can
no
go
matter what else you
toe-to-toe
do to the
melee.
suit, like, regardless, it's just got that shield. And the shield's not only protected, but it's a weapon because of the downswing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's one of the big deals with the MLRS for sure.
Like, this thing doing its downswing is scary just because it's literally bringing down a pillar of energy on somebody, but it doesn't really do that much damage.
Forgot to actually clip it, but I meant to clip it, like, with the shield. I got backed into a corner. I spawned in. I was, like, reading chat or something. And I was just like,
oh,
here we go, guys. Yeah, let's back to it. And I'm like, oh no, I've got an entire team around me at sea on port base. What am I going to do? I did not pay attention to them, like, all being here. This is awkward. Can we talk about this? And then I just, like, yeeted down into the little corner and put up my shield and just shot a couple of shots and then turned. And then, like, the G3 comes in and everybody's just, like, their entire team's just looking at me, and Shield Senpai finally drops. But then my team spawns in, and I think, I don't know whether I ended up dying by the end of that one or not. But either way, though, I was able to survive long enough so that we ended up acing them, and I was the only one that died because my team was able to just come in and they were like, "We have the high ground." And I'm like, "Thank you for saving me. I'm sorry."
Thank you.
Yeah,
for
the Malurs
saving
is
me.
terrifying, man.
Finish that motherfucker. Yep.
But
I think that goose is murdering something.
Murder goose. But yeah, Gustav, what's your final thoughts on it?
I like it. Sometimes it feels like you get caught in a situation where it's like, what am I supposed to do? But it has enough utility with the consecutive stuns that can keep itself going. Is it slow? Hell yeah. It's kind of funny that the cruise control level 1 makes it look like a regular person, at least compared to other suits. But being able to boost while firing your stuff definitely helps. And the main output on the gun, especially since it pierces, is actually pretty solid. That mega cannon's not really gonna come into play a whole. Just do it in the beginning of the round or something. But it does have some insane output, and it'll make at least one person, if not a couple people, think twice when they get nailed by it. So all in all, it's not bad. Could be worse. Do I think it's gonna really shake things too much up at its cost? No, not really. Especially with the C1 still being pretty fresh and people still running that a lot, and it definitely has its own merits. So, but it's solving the problem of what we were bitching about for like several months, that we just didn't
the
have
MLRS
any,
being only valid support.
Yeah.
See, that's
now you have other options, and as people figure it out more, and we see some of those crazier highlight reels come up on Twitter, like, I think more people will catch wise and just start doing other shit. Because right now it's just about trying to shake up the high cost meta. You know, people are picking a lot of stuff besides the Keyblade because they're getting more options. The Mark II is kind of in there, but it gets bullied to hell and back because it's a fucking raid. So output aside, it's
Still
kind of
OP.
a moot point. You know,
Still OP.
but no, I think it'll hang in there. It definitely has a lot of stuff going on for it. And maybe
about it
once
like
we
this.
see the percentages, like they might tweak it, and we'll see what happens then.
Yeah, we'll see, right? Doesn't say, just think about it like this. It takes the fast 25 seconds to do a full charge to insta-gimp start like most generals at its cost. And it probably takes about that much time, if not longer, for the Mark II to reach the FAZZ to one shot it, okay?
Yeah.
Or one combo it.
It's
So
an
it's like an
entire.
equal
It's
trade, right?
literally an entire quest to get from one side of the map to the other to get that
Yeah.
motherfucker.
You
And
just,
in
you
that
just
time, you
do,
could be chunking like 3 other suits. So maybe just leave it alone.
Yeah.
nah, Gustav, you gotta that's the FAZZ's way to commit, right? Since that's to stand still for any of
Yeah.
that stuff.
Oh my
That's a
gosh.
hard
We're,
commit,
We're
too.
back to the commit thing.
That-
Yeah.
That's
We're
special
back to the
being
commit
canon
thing.
level committing.
It really is, though,
hold him
right?
still, Goku.
I have to charge it. Hold him still.
5 years later.
Fire! Oh, I was. Like, man.
Oops, I missed. My bad.
Whoopsie.
That's the worst feeling, though, when you're in the 7th and you miss.
Oh,
my
God.
gosh.
The one time I'm going to be able to shoot this for the round, and man.
That's like, who was saying that yesterday when Aoshi missed? Like, where Aoshi was streaming that? Like, I think, was it Bio that said he was waiting for it, and then Aoshi just, like, misses?
It's like, what?
He was
I
just
know I
like,
threw the match
I got blue ball.
that we had
I was
that
waiting
night.
for it.
Because I had the same thing happen, but I went too fast on the. I tried to fire before the charge was off.
Oh no,
Because I
that
had a
too.
nice 2-shot lined up,
The words.
and I let go, and it just no one died because the beam wasn't ready to go. But
and nobody died at the end.
yep, we needed those kills, man.
Yeah, I guess that's another thing about like really long charge ups like that. It's really cool when you get it zoomed in on your camera and you're like, look like the shit because you just absolutely wrecked someone. But don't try to lean a match on that shot. Just go in there and do all your other weapons. Your output's fine.
But I had enough time for a charge, Gustav. I had to do it.
Photo content, the memes.
There are 30 seconds left, and it only takes 25, man.
I had 5 seconds is all I need to light it up, bitch.
Yeah. Hold my beer.
You thought you were dumb, but there goes the beam.
Ellie, hold my beer.
Like, I wonder if they'll ever like have a way to just make it fire when it just instantly gets fully charged. That way you don't have to like let go and nothing happen.
Those things need partial shots bad.
They do. That'd be amazing. Remember when we used to think that was a thing for charge shots in general? Like, it's like, oh, partial, and it does a little bit more. It's like, actually, it's just all or
That's
nothing.
not how that works. Yeah.
Not how that works. But
Well,
that would be a cool thing. It would probably be really hard. It would make this game chug even more if it had to calculate that. But that'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
That's
I'm not even
probably-
asking for like, dynamic percentages. I would just want when I hit that 12.5 charge time, give me 50% damage output. Cut the
Right.
range in half. Like,
So
don't make me
there
have to wait all
there should be
25.
like
So-
there should be like a little bit of glow and then the so that you know.
yeah, you shouldn't have to wait the full time just to do the full damage. I think that would help out the suit a lot too. We'll add that to
That
our
would
Any
help
of the
out a
charge
lot of-
suits. Yeah,
That would help out a lot of
Yeah.
launcher suits.
that would be kind of cool. I'm hyped.
BB hire us.
We
Yeah.
fixing your game. Downtime in the Hangar.
Let me
Fix your
fix
game.
your game.
Honk.
But I'm just glad in this discussion about this that
Ow.
when it got to Emblem and he was
I get
like
the beam.
he was like,
Yeah.
raid life, blah blah blah. I'm like in final thoughts. I was really waiting for his final thoughts to be like smug face, like
Let me show this beam.
I can kill it, raid life.
I mean, when I was thinking when Gustav was talking that, you know, I'm glad that the C1 and the FAZZ are around because they feel infinitely freer than the
No,
ML.
MLRC.
I love not having to shoot at that damn shield. And those
Yo, the
C1
C1's
fly
pretty
around.
fucking free. Yeah, like I'm gonna get you. No, get what, bitch? Bam.
Yeah, I was like, bro, you get shot out of the sky with a normal stun, my dude. Like,
All I gotta do
don't
is
do
sneeze
that.
on your stupid ass. Come here.
Yeah,
I
they
just
all love to fly around and get in your face, and then you just knock them out of the air and take them to Pain Town. That's great.
like the other thing with that is like you want to transform to get that extra damage out, but like I'm just like, do that when you see somebody
I wouldn't.
going in, or there's a fight already going on, or you're catching somebody off guard, or a follow up. But yes, you do want to transform as much as you can.
Yeah,
Just
they're such bullies.
Do it when it's safe. And yeah,
safe.
that's pretty much that's the problem with that. Like we finally
never
can
safe for
transform and
me.
fly, guys. We can finally do it. But
See, that's the funny thing is that like it's actually more potent on the ground because of that heavy stagger. Like the Pierce is nice, but you know you're so easy to get flicked out of the sky. Like you're gonna have to be from a football field away anyway, just hitting like your air brakes for that to work.
yeah, well, I mean, really, what I've been like trying it out as far as just playing on an alt, what I do, and I think I think you can get more damage output that way. Is like you charge up, boom, you get the heavy stagger. Your teammate goes in, knocks him down, and then when you see your teammate actually going in for the knockdown, and hopefully they're actually knocking him down, you transform and then shoot, and then just start dumping all your shots into the person on the ground, and that's where you get your big damage output for somebody on the ground.
Mhm.
But that's really about it, right? And then you want to transform back and get your knee stagger up again. So that's
Do you think comparing to C1 as like the rate of supports kind of makes sense in the regards that you poke around for a little bit and then sometimes you got to commit to the flight, just like going in on the support when you're going in, and sometimes you
what?
get punished, and it just kind of
That's fair
happens.
because it's the specific committing of that suit, right? I
Yeah,
fold
I mean, you
out if
fly
I don't get hit out of the transformation, then I'm probably gonna get hit while I'm flying. But I had to commit and make sure I get my damage because I'm
yeah, you gotta
already in
like
it.
you gotta get your burst on.
Mhm.
As
I would
Magnum was
kind
saying
of
the other night, Jungle, I trade one for one.
Yeah.
Or in his case,
no,
one for
one
none.
for none, dude. Like, oh man, that was bad.
Oh shit. Woo.
Oh, dude, what suit was I in? I don't even
Oof.
remember. I was just
Well,
like,
you're in a Pell Rider, or not the Pell Rider. You're in a BD2 or something, weren't you? I don't know. I thought you would turn on Hades
I
or exams.
no, it was either the Doulahan. I might have been in the Doulahan, but I thought I was in something a little more squish. I can't remember. Oh well. Anyway, but yeah, FAZZ, it's cool. I'm just glad again, and I just noticed I've had the C1 up this entire time. Oh man.
Heh.
Well,
No.
I had your gameplay up. Oh well.
Oh,
Oops,
no.
I did not change the overlay. No big deal.
I was just like, the C1, is it the old overlay?
Yeah, it's the old overlay,
Don't worry, we got this.
but I can just change the overlay really quick. No big deal.
Well, Magnum changed the
Ooh.
overlay. Did you guys notice that Gustav's goose eyes moved too?
Yeah, they blink.
They blink. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I can't look at Gustav's screen, man. I love the goose avatar, man. It's so good.
It's
Oh my goodness.
I don't get it, man, because it's not even that like done either. Because I had a pretty discount, but
Hmm.
it's just nothing extra to mess around with.
Oh yeah.
I kind of got the bug though, because I keep thinking of like either trying to edit it or just like throwing more money at it to make it look better.
They have paid tiers of gooseness.
Yeah.
Well, just for the avatar / rigging anyway. But yeah,
Oh, okay.
having different tiers would be cool too. If we could get different avatars.
Pay $50 for a tall goose.
Yep, that's right.
I will say some of those videos that I've seen popping
Dress
up
your
recently of
goose.
like I spent, $50 on this, or I spent $100 on Fiverr for whatever for the
Mhm.
VTuber stuff. Or I've spent
Mhm.
$1,000 on Fiverr for VTuber stuff, and I'm just like, gosh, people,
Oh boy.
what in the world?
Fiverr,
Yeah,
like
like the
fiber optic.
no
No,
Fiverr.
Fiverr.
It's that
Oh,
site,
Fiverr. Okay,
that
the
gig site
website.
where people do like commissions and shit.
Okay.
But yeah, like the average is in like several hundred. Normally it's like 3 to like 400 for like something pretty admirable.
Yeah.
And that's on the low end because it's not just the illustrations, because sometimes the person does the rigging and they can do some of the design, but then they also have like designers that they funnel you through too, so you're getting hit by like 2 people.
Yeah, that's
Sometimes.
one of the big things there. But yeah, there we go. There's the FAZZ. It was there the entire time.
Cool.
But the my thing is though, again, I'm just happy we got some supports that are viable. What I would
I
consider
just like
viable.
that they doubled down.
Yeah, we got 2
Support.
supports in a row. I'm pretty sure it's never been done before. Have we ever got 2 raids in a row? I don't think we've ever had that happen either. Is that what's happening next?
Oh,
I have to think. Like, I feel like it's happened, but I couldn't think of the case of when it would. Definitely had 2 generals in a row.
Had like 3 generals in a row. Ugh. But anyway, so let's go and talk about the ag. I hope the ag doesn't count as our raid that we were supposed to have.
That was our raid.
But
And
so what do
no,
we-
I did not typo. That's the name of the mobile suit. It's AGG.
oh my god.
actually put the G's as capital, but there we go.
Everything hurts me.
Life
So
is pain, Gustav.
Raid life is pain. Raid life is pain.
but the ag, I have to say, I love it. Good. Real good. It might be too good at 200. Just a little bit.
It's fine. Looks like you give and take.
You really do.
Okay. Well, here. My only complaint with it right now, right? The only place where I feel like it feels like it's weak is, has anybody noticed that melee priority does not matter with that suit? Or I can't figure out when it does matter.
Yeah, it gets shunted really easy, and it's because it has the this is the bigger thing about me for this suit in general, is that everything on it, much like the FAZZ except for the charge shot, is damage over time and gradual stuns. It has nothing to like really lock a person in with, because
Well,
that beam is pretty easy to avoid. You're pretty much having them hopefully running into it, and even then the perspective's weird and the range isn't that great, so they can just kind of get past it or not get hit enough.
It does crazy damage though. That's the thing. You can hit like 4K on a support, which is ridiculous for just a little, and then you're like, oh, by the way, you're staggered. So
Yeah, so it's more so like something you follow up when you actually get in there and like hit somebody, because you can just come out of your melee and boing, because the ready up times are really fast.
Crazy multi-hitting things. Like, why is the laser torch hit 5 times?
yeah, that's the
and
crazy
pierce.
thing.
Like, oh my gosh.
Well, like what I've been doing right now is I do the missile. I don't even use the left hand main weapon missile launcher. Like that's just follow up damage. That's when everything's done is when I use that. But I use the
Like
missile
poke.
launcher on the head because that shoots insanely fast and it staggers in like what 4 or 5 missiles. So
It
and
should
then
be 2. This says 50%.
is it 2? Okay, well I mean again it fires so fast you're just like vomit every one of them into somebody's face. And the thing is
Everything's too high fast.
they have good explosive range, so you can actually stagger people off of hitting the ground next to their feet and stuff. So I've hit one dude and staggered the guy next to him. And then so I do that, then I swap to the beam, and then I just like yeet through somebody with that, and then I just swap to the drill because you're staggered. If you hit them with the beam, they're staggered long enough for you just to get the drill into them, and then you'll stagger them again, and then go for the knockdown. So you
Oh
can
my God, the
do
river.
missile into beam into drill if you do it that way. That's probably the easiest combo or just beam into drill, one or the other. Is how I've been
Shoot
doing it.
though, that beam you got to be in their face.
I mean,
That's
you have to be
100,
close. So, I mean, if you're going into melee
Yeah.
anyway, why not just do the safe
Like if
one?
you
can't
run
get
into them
countered that
around a
way.
corner, it's pretty much a tripwire. But in other situations where you're still closing in, just use your head missiles.
Oh yeah, yeah. Start out with those. Try to start out with those first, because then you can follow up with beam, and then you can close it. By then, you've closed the gap through those two
Yeah,
staggers.
you already got your neutral on them, and then you just do your downswing.
Yeah. So,
It's kind of nice though, because like it seems like people have a hard time telling when they're out, especially if they're in a bigger suit, because you're like this tiny little dude just trying to get at their ankles. So like their legs are blocking it. So like by the time they realize what's happening, rolling through, follow it with the downswing. Now, of
I
course,
like its movement.
like with anything that has to take some time for the stun and all that shit to set in, anyone else sees you doing that, they're just gonna smack you off them really quick, because this thing does not resist shit for the fact that it actually has a decent health pool at its cost.
yeah. Well, it does have good ballistic resist, but that's it.
But the CD exists, especially at 250.
Wait, which one?
Get.
The
Cold
Cold
District.
District.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, at least you can defend against that a little bit. Okay, never mind. It's just the cold district. It just yeets damage.
I'd say, who are you fucking kidding? Get out of here.
But
you know, that in general, that's just raid life, right? Like you have
Right.
to have a trade off for doing all this crazy bullshit.
which the thing is, I don't know. You have a ton of health. You're insanely fast. It's like 130 base movement and 200 top speed,
Mhm.
so it's crazy fast.
I think
A little
scoots, man.
deja vu
And you
machine.
have crazy damage, and then you've got good
Also,
health.
it's an aquatic suit.
So at 200, I think this is OP. Like there's only
Oh yeah, it's better than the Yak guy.
there's only one suit that can like shred you real quick, and that's the
Light armor.
either the light armor
Or the
yeah,
GM Kai with the double beam.
or the GM Kai. Yep, those are pretty much it. Actually, I've been curious to play against one now and actually see if like taking in the GM cannon is probably better.
Get the Night Seeker with the beam spray on it, be like the only reason you'd ever.
Oh yeah, then there's the beam spray on the Night Seeker. Yeah, there we go. So those suits. I wonder if the GM cannon though could actually do some decent
GM
damage
Cannon
with the
could
beam
probably
spray.
do some good. Yeah. Because like regardless of the typing difference, like it could just stun it and then just like pew it.
That'd be kind of interesting. Though you
Never
do
use
have.
It just cements the fact that you should never be using the at that cost.
Should never be using the what you cut out.
The MG for the
Oh,
GM
yeah.
cannon at that cost. Like
Pretty
no.
much. But yeah, it pretty much beats the Akai. We found something that beats the Akai at 200 now.
So I can play 200 again.
Oh no. Oh man.
But no, this thing is awesome, man. They didn't skimp on the abilities either.
Yeah, like the
I
skills
think-
are gross.
I think that's the best part about it. Is that it has enough recourse for when it gets in there and like does its job, it'll still get slapped around, but like it needed those skills, and if it had anything short of those, it probably would have been a fucking nightmare to run.
Yeah, that offense system is gross. Like it's pretty much everything the Akai has, only has the offense system. Minus the stealth, of course.
will
Imagine-
say though, they need to give that poor Zaku 1 maneuver armor now.
For real though, right?
Like this thing exists and the Zaku 1 can't have maneuver armor. Come on, BB. Come on.
Yeah, they're so keen on fixing their little baby the Act guy, but Zaku 1
I
doesn't
just-
get any touches.
I just love how somebody saw dodge roll. Every time somebody sees this thing with a dodge roll, though, they're like, "What?"
Yeah, it just spins like goodbye.
Or
Things
they're
are supposed to do that at this cost.
yeah.
Why are you able to do that?
When
even
I
though
like
the fucking-
showed the skills, oh my gosh,
it had dodge roll is broken.
the reactions are just the best. The past yesterday and today, just seeing the reactions of people being like
yeah,
either
it's just
seeing
like
it
several
spin.
people making dissertations in my fucking chat about like how OP this is and that it's gonna get like immediately nerfed and shit. It's like, all right.
I mean, I could kind of see it. But at 200,
I don't know, man. I mean, I've
at
seen similar
200.
dissertations about the Mark II.
And that shit didn't get touched at all.
Hey, they're warning. It's up next
Yeah,
on
they
the chopping block.
slapped it on the wrist a little bit.
Nah, man, it's fine.
Oh,
It'll
that
be
Mark
okay.
II. I was talking about the Vader Mark II.
Fucking Asian
So-
comes in, man. That Live 2D model of Magnum is pretty well detailed, poggers.
It sure is, man. How much did you pay for that on Fiverr again, Magnum?
That had to be thousands of dollars.
Yeah, this is like $5,000.
Oh man.
A coffee cup included.
He's Vishojo already.
I need
Gustav, are you ready for Feast Jojo?
If anyone's ever dumb enough to suggest that to me, I'm just gonna have to throw my chat.
I already told Noob Sama that if you were in, I'd take the plunge with you.
Oh, no. You'd have to have Asian commit to it too, then.
Okay, down.
Gotta have to have it a whole generation worth. Can't just be two.
Yeah, I need to get my couch ready. Yeah, so as far as the ad goes, like 250 though. I mean, there's the cold districts, but I don't know. I was playing the 200 and 250 today, and I was still able to just get in there. I think the other thing too is the drill, and I know Emblem, you mentioned this. You were like, when the ad comes out, it better be able to like go through shields or something. But it doesn't really go through shield. But
it just chews it apart and then
it
hits
just
the suit anyway.
chews it apart and then decimates the suit afterwards. So like whether it's beam or it's the drill, whichever one you hit it with, you're just like, okay, I just staggered you.
One
better. Like that's the crazy part is just how much like it's like, oh, you're a rabbit type. Oh, you've got a shield. Okay, okay, I'll destroy that and half your suit in just one drill. And then
the best thing about it is that the shield is literally just a liability. It's just a free stun. So like,
it just resets your stun, right?
If the neutral wasn't enough, then that's gonna be, and then you just follow up with your other shit.
Yep. That's just the crazy part about it. I'm just it's the one time that I've been like as a raid like, oh, you got a shield. Oh yeah, let's go. But so at 250, I can't wait till I get the 250 one because right now the 200 I've just been decimating people, and that's why I say it's gonna get nerfed because if you ever can take in lower cost versions and just do work, then
nah, it'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
For those of you watching at home, go ahead.
Not to mention 200 is still pretty like rare. 250 is a lot more common anyway, and it's just that's gonna dictate most of the statistics.
Yeah.
So the bigger thing is like if they do a nerf, hopefully it's only on the level 1, right? Because they've done that with other suits before, where they only mess with like specific levels for things.
Yeah, like change a weapon and then buff like one level of it.
So
I mean, that's like the Doffer got nerfed.
Hopefully that's what they do.
Oh wow, it has 13,500 health at level 2. What?
Seems good, right?
Woo! Oh yes, running in 14, right into it.
Has 14 ammo correction, ammo defense.
And then
so like
18
live ammo
at level 2.
18 level 2. A whopping 1 beam resist at both levels.
See, at level 2 though, I'm gonna play the armor GM and take in the newly buffed beam gun. And then I'll chunk it for like 2,000 damage per shot.
The beam gun is gonna fucking decimate this thing. So the commands
said no one ever.
What?
Don't do this. I don't want to send this video back to Past Emblem. Like who? The beam gun owning anything should never be in the same sentence. Like,
own the egg.
What kind of sick world do we live in now where we have to talk about the beam gun being good? I'm not ready for this version. Ah!
Armor GM beam guns. Let's go. I've been using it
our-
though. Actually, I've been
Our
actually
world is
using it.
starting to merge with freaking Bizarro GBO2, man. Like,
If it means the beam gun's actually good and not like stupid meme like weapon, then I'm down.
oh
That's-
gosh.
No.
You saw us
Here's
lick the
one.
plate.
Here's one for you. Imagine a world where the GM sniper actually does damage to a raid.
Oh Christ! I mean, that's
Was
pretty.
Mark in your chat? I mean, yeah, and then they'll fix the rocket launcher at the same time, right? Make it a
Yeah,
low cost version of the
pretty
simplified.
That'd be amazing.
But I mean,
Yeah, that'd also be playable, which would be cool.
yeah, right. Other than just being a crappy rocket launcher, a super crappy rocket launcher.
Super slow one. Like it has insane damage and it's got good splash, but boy is that bitch slow.
I mean, I would even say it's insane. I mean, it's pretty much just a rocket launcher, right? Like,
I mean, it has
1,400?
insane damage for the cost range that it's at because nothing has any health.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Yeah. Sorry.
But like once you start trying to put it on like weapon racks or like other suits that are at higher costs that can run it, no.
Oh, it actually does have.
Just use the cannons. Just use the cannons.
Yeah, it has about 150 more damage than a hyper bazooka. I thought it was pretty much the exact same, but that's a decent bit more. Not bad.
Yeah, it's got some stuff going on. So like for snipers, like the rifle is nice, and having the ag around gives it even more do it if you're actually gonna run that suit at all. But just don't use it at higher costs.
I still like when I see a weapons rack that actually is trying to use that instead. I'm like,
It's like I can do it. I can fire on the move now. Oh,
okay, or you could just use your cannon that does more damage, has more range, has.
it may also speed up the ready time too. Like
yeah,
it's
like
actually
it's
faster now.
yeah, it's like everything better. Okay, cool. You have to do your stop commit thing, but you're a support
They
player. You should be used to it.
I'd say the only thing that kind of has an excuse would maybe be the weapons rack, but even then, like, even with following up with your other weapons, you can still do that with a cannon. You just have to do it like backwards.
Doesn't it have better ready up time though?
No, I mean versus using it with the.
Yeah, I'm curious. I gotta check that. But anyway, while I'm checking this, as far as the ag goes, I guess final thoughts because we've just been gushing about it this entire time.
Drill things in the leg. It still suffers
gonna
from
be
raid
good.
life. It has insane stuff going on. I think once people stop flipping out about what it has, it'll just get bullied like everything else.
Yeah, pretty much. Like it'll dish it out when it dishes, and it'll take it when it takes it. But the suit's really strong. I can't wait to get my hands on it and bully low level supports. Let's fucking go.
Some grind
Yeah,
dealers.
I'm just
everything.
done playing. So maybe I might play.
You know what though? I like it for that reason because for the longest time, especially 200, it was people just playing supports like generals, and it's been like that forever. So finally, they have a reason to get punched.
Yeah, like maybe the
'Cause
heavy arms.
That's not something you should be taking into like other costs in terms of gameplay anyway. So you might as well just take your net less.
Yeah, punish those cheeky Zaku 1 commanders.
Yeah,
Think they're cool if they're Magellas.
Oh my gosh, yeah, for real though.
Trying
Oh
to
well,
give you the
Zakuwan Commander will have the bazooka, but the heavy arms will have the Magella.
Yeah.
But by the way, well here, my final thoughts. I love it. It's a lot of fun. I love being able to just be like, okay, let's drill down, whoa, and just lunge through people. It is a little wonky to play with, so it's going to take a little getting used to every now and then with like the side swings, because the side swings are like, they're not like a drill like this. They're just straight up, meh, or
The side swings bring it all the way around it, which I kind of like. Because if I fuck up with the neutral and like I went a little too far, I can just bring it over and
Like, yeah, it's a little weird. It doesn't go forward enough though, is my problem. So like if you're right on somebody and you try to do like a 1-2 kind of combo, you have to kind of aim it to do it rather than yeah. So it's a little weird, but other than just being a little wonky, I mean that's just a little practice. Once you get done, once you get some practice in on it, then that won't be too much of an issue. But that's been my problem.
It does like the little Mario Kart hop when it gets out of its boost.
Yes,
that's awesome. No, when you're boosting, shake the stick so you can build up a drift boost.
Yeah, right.
Shit.
I think that thing have blue smoke. What is that?
Is it spelling something?
But then the other thing again, I don't know if it's a bug right now with how it's supposed to work, but if I'm meleeing, I've been knocked down by there's no priority on that thing. Like it doesn't feel like there's priority at all.
It has priority, but it has to build up. The only thing that has just straight up the effect is the downswing.
Well, see, that's what I'm questioning because I went straight for the downswing and I'm like, oh well, he's just gonna downswing me with his beam saber. Well, you're gonna miss me, bro. I'm just gonna yeet you to. I got knocked over. What?
Oof.
He didn't even get knocked over. How does this? What? So like, and our beam sabers pretty much would have clashed. Well, if I had a beam saber, but you get what I'm saying. And then I've been hit in the side while I'm swinging. Like, it just doesn't seem like priority exists on that thing. I've been staggered so many times while meleeing, and somebody else trying to melee me. It's just or knocked over, or whatever. So it's just it's been pretty obnoxious.
Nobody egg. Oh.
So I don't know if it's just where it's a constant damage thing, and when does melee priority 3 actually work? Because I'm wondering if it's literally at the moment of initial movement, right before damage actually hits. Because I wonder, because that's the other thing too. Like there's a lunge, so when it's doing this kind of thing where it's pull back and then it's like melee priority, and then as soon as damage would start ticking, then melee priority doesn't mean anything at that point. And I think that's what's happening right now. So I don't know if that's a bug, if you're supposed to have melee priority the entire time that the damage is ticking, or if it's only for that initial, I'm starting my swing, and then, so.
It may also just be the way that it leads in with his body, too. Just certain things for, like, they hit the body first.
Yeah, it could be an angle thing.
Because this does favor its like, right side. Because it's trying to get the drill, and then the gun on the other side just kind of is pulled back. So everything is kind of diagonal in its perspective.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Its main weapon is so hard to aim, really, because it's like off screen almost. And then the middle chest laser is also weird to aim too. It's kind of going at an angle, so be aware of that if you're trying to fire it. Again, that's more the wonky thing, but once you start getting used to it, it's not too bad.
Third-person games, oof.
Pretty much. But yeah, oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that kind of sounds like a couple of things to me. Like, I don't know how consistent it's been with you, but I've had instances with single hitting raids where I'll get slapped down by supports when it looks like we swing at the same time. And I kind of just chalk it up to like when you try to use your maneuver armor and you're boosting when you get stunned or when you get shot and it still stuns you, even though the maneuver armor should have kicked in and prevented it. Like, it could be one of those things where like on the game's end, like they swung first and hit you first, so it knocks you down, even though on your end it looks like it's the same time.
That's kind of why there's a problem with this game in general when it comes to like, there's 3 different systems that play with melee. There's latency, there's priority, and then there's also the priority of the swings matching up with each other for the clashes.
Yeah.
Right.
And if any one of those contradicts the other one, then it's just, I think they just leave it up to latency. Like, well, he got the hit first. Fuck it.
And I mean, the reason why I'm saying it feels like there's something wrong right now is it's already happened enough to warrant being like, okay, wait a minute, hold on here. And it's
I wonder
not
what
really like I'm trying to react, kind of like the maneuver armor thing. Instead of that, it's like more of a post, like let's look at the replay, kind of thing.
Right.
And
this won't be a catch-all, but my second thought on it was going to be that it could just be that the hitbox gets kind of narrow during the attacks. Because I mean, I would view it the same way as any suit that has multiple attacks in regards to priority would work. Where I mean, as long as like that hitbox is active and doing damage, it should proc priority. But it might just be that
hasn't happened at all.
It's just a drill, and it's just real easy to hit around or something like that.
Yeah, this game has a pretty strong boner for actually having model accurate attacks.
And and again, the one where I would say that one doesn't seem like the case is there's been several times where I'm doing my downswing and I've been neutraled and they don't get knocked over, but I'm getting knocked over, or I'm getting staggered rather. And it's like, so where's my
weapon still counts as your model, so like technically they hit you.
Yeah.
You didn't.
Yeah, I mean,
but again,
there's so many ways
beam
to look
saber
at the different
hitbox
scenarios.
is huge,
So who knows?
So
yeah,
they might be hitting my left gun somehow because this thing is huge. So
yeah, that's true. So they swing around or through the drill and just smack your gun arm. Not my gun arm.
I mean, there's a lot of issues that it could be. So I'm just, I mean, we'll know if there's all of a sudden
It's
a bug
literally
fix that comes out.
turned into a weapon. So like,
yeah, because a beam saber would hit you before it hits your weapon in most cases, especially if, I mean, even with Xeon down swings, it would tap you on the head probably before it connects with your hitbox. Maybe
it's gonna hit the tip of your head launcher.
Yeah, right. But like, again, I wouldn't doubt that it's something to do with its model and things like that. But my example of how I would think it would feel is kind of like playing the G-line assault, kind of how its downswing is like huge, because you also have offensive system too. So you have the offense system, so you should be pretty much immune to like the staggers and stuff, and you should have the priority as well. So it's like, which I don't know if offense system protects against melee stagger.
I'm pretty sure it's just range staggers.
Just range stagger, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think priority has to kick in on melees to kind of protect you from that.
But either way, though, it's like, haha, I should be awesome at this, and it's just like, why? But and one last thing, it does count as a tank, so you cannot get countered. You can only get knocked over.
Fuck yeah, bully! See, it keeps getting better.
So then you get to get up and have your iframes every time, and it's nice and quick, and there's no like, oh no, I'm stuck in this animation, which can also be a negative sometimes.
It's funny that it's like quote unquote treads, or like its feet actually have joints in the bottom, so like you actually see it try to like hump itself over with its foot when it falls.
Yeah.
Guess what fucking Sav colored his as? Kirby.
Oh yeah, okay, never mind. Everybody's been saying, "Oh, look at that Kirby! Look at the Kirby! Look at Kirby over there." Okay, that's either that's, I don't know if that's where the meme came from or what, but I had the Kirby thing last night. Comment a few times.
Good old Turbo.
But by the way, though, before we hop into the patch notes, the 180 millimeter cannon has 400 more damage, twice the range, same ammo, and faster reload speed, and 2.4 seconds faster fire time. So you can fire the cannon, swap melee, swap cannon, or you could do like cannon into flashbang into cannon into melee into cannon. I think something like that. Or it might be, I forget the combo. It might be cannon then flashbang then melee then cannon, something like that. Anyway, point being, you can do that. If you have the missile launcher, you can't.
Oof.
Yeah. it takes way too long to actually reload because it's that 7.4 second like G3 rocket launcher or cooldown time.
Mm.
Oh man. Okay. Anyway.
Good sauce. Stop showing me up, man. I'm trying my best to look
Oh.
cute. I can't beat you, man. Ah.
Okay, so hopping in to the patch notes. So there is a banner. I'll go ahead and just we can talk about this real quick. But there is a step up banner for this thing for the FAZZ. Woot.
Discounted.
Half off 10 spin. Go do
Yes,
it.
yes, yes.
Good luck. I still haven't done mine. I'll be trying. So let's see. There it is. Okay.
I just noticed this one.
Man, what? Notice which? For what?
Something we'll discuss when we get to the winter stuff.
I think that fixed. Yeah. Okay. So step up. Yeah, it's one of those where the second step kind of meh, but you do have boosted chance to get this. So step 3 and 4 are kind of looking a little enticing. I wish I had like an extra 60 tokens. Just saying.
So I will say that I've gotten at least a level 2 on both accounts with just the first 2 steps. So hopefully you guys can manage it there.
I'm hoping.
I already got to level 1. I'm good. Just Magnum.
Poor
Sad
Magnum.
guys. Sad. I forgot. This is the third suit I want. I now want the FAZZ, I want the C1, and I want the Zusa. I have 3 suits that I want in the game now. I blame spending a 10 spin on the Mudrock.
That was a mistake.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know whether I don't know whether I'd feel worse about getting the Mudrock or just not having it from that. Just because after finding out the stats, man. Oh, dude, they did that dirty. Anyway, so real quick though, they did a winner of the 2020 PlayStation Partner Awards. Woo!
Yeah.
So
Battle Operation won an award somehow. Woo.
How the hell did you do that?
There's, yeah, right.
What does partner mean for that? Just that they were very cooperative?
It's a celebration of hits among titles released in the PlayStation format.
Oh, so their downloads got the no one. All those
Yeah.
outs, man. Good job, everybody.
Yeah, woot.
We did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so pretty much for the next, I think I guess 26 days or something like that till the end of the month. There we go. You can do a spin, and it'll give you one mobile suit 2-star or higher that was released between January and November 2020, and it's literally any suit that was released. I got the Bramzagok, which is not in the lottery yet. So I got the clan suit from last round.
Hey.
So
Yeah, it's a good pull too.
pretty hype. And yeah, so I mean that's just suits released in that period. So there's some good stuff.
Hey, Gustav, real quick. Yakuza 7 won that award too.
Good shit.
Oh, dude, hype.
Hey, see we get an 8. There's some spin-offs.
Woot woot.
The big winners were Winning 11 2020, Final Fantasy 7 Remake, and DBZ Kakarot. Those are the grand award winners.
Oh,
It's kind of crazy considering that 7 was like beginning of the year.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I'm sure that game is nuts though.
I'm gonna have to.
Could you imagine?
I need to. I'm thinking about doing like my game of the year out of everything I've played. Oh, dude, that's gonna be hard to actually pick.
Yeah,
I can't remember what I played yesterday. That'd be tough.
It's pretty amazing for games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But there was right off the top of my head, I would have to say it's either Final Fantasy VII Remake or Ghost of Tsushima.
And Ghost of Tsushima. Actually, I haven't played that yet.
One of those is probably my game of the year. But anyway, yeah. So good pull of suits. Go get this pull. I forgot. I think Korraz got the Doulahan, so we got a repeat of that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So you can, so you can get literally anything that has come out, and you can also that also includes stuff like the Pixie Level 5,
Oh god. Oh,
which I've heard several people get, and I'm just like, oh man, oof.
What's wrong with that?
But it's 2 and 3 star suits, so what's wrong with that?
Maybe next.
Do you-
Maybe they win
hang on,
grand
let me-
prize
let me
next
swap
year. We'll get
over.
a guaranteed single
I
3-star.
Do I see smug face coming? Is it when I swap over? When you say what's wrong with that? Okay. So on this page we got the Federation C01 suit again. This Sentinel stuff. Yeah. Okay, and this is amazing. I'm pretty hyped. They added to the lottery the BST suits, Unit 4 and 5, already.
Yeah.
Well done. That's
the only
what.
thing
I mean, it has been, what is that, 6 months though? Around 6 months? What is that,
Pretty-
July or end of July? Is it, when was the
It was
anniversary?
for the anniversary.
Yeah, so was that the end of
before
July or
October?
that was like
August?
in July. July.
Either way, 5 to 6 months. Pretty good turnaround instead of, like March for the FB. Just saying. So that's pretty hype news. And the good flight level 3 feels bad, man. That's gonna get bullied hard. And the
Yeah.
heavy Gundam level 4. So heavy Gundam at 600. I mean, I think it'll be cool as long as it doesn't have Mudrock scaling. And yeah, because the heavy is just a big damage machine. The problem is it kind of lacks a insta stagger. So
It does make me sad. I kind of wish they would roll back the stuff on the flight.
I mean, at least its ability to get knocked out of the sky. Like the damage on its ranged weapons, fine, because it still doesn't do too much damage anyway. So if it was a little bit safer to do some approach, I know we've already had this when the other one was in the ticket shop here, like what, last week or 2 weeks ago or something. So, but because I know Emblem, you were talking about like you just got to be smart about the approach, but I don't know. It just feels way too easy as a support player to defend against it, trying to even think about maybe approaching me.
Just play to C1 and you'll be envious.
Oh god, that's true.
Touche.
You are literally flying on cloud 9.
Yeah. As soon as I get the C1, like you'll know when I get the C1 because the next week I'll be like, by the way, the flight type is 2 OP. It doesn't need any buff to its flying at all.
Perfectly balanced.
But yeah. So, but what do you guys think of the time frame for the BST stuff? Do you think should have been a little bit faster? You think, or do you think that's pretty good?
I mean, it could always be faster.
Yeah, sales were low, so they just went ahead and put the suits out.
Because that's the thing about that event. Like, it literally just came and went, and then a bunch of other like better stuff came out. So it wasn't really that coveted.
Well, I just wonder if they put it out fast enough though, because they actually buffed those suits, right? Like,
well, that was for the people who got in for those, so they didn't feel fucking gypped.
I guess, but
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I've always been like I was happy that they weren't that crazy.
That was it.
I mean, I feel you there, but I just don't think like there was no like they weren't coveted at all or whatever.
Yeah,
I guess. And so like, and I don't know, maybe it's just like a perspective kind of thing, but I like the FB where it
Still
being so,
broken.
as strong as it was,
Still
yeah,
meta in its cost.
they like had that they had that want that was there. And so, you know, they were pretty much just like dangling it in front of me, like, "Ooh, it's still premium" or whatever.
It's a
Whereas in this
Stardust ticket you
case,
wanted the entire time. Come on.
yeah, like sales were low. You know, people didn't care enough about the BSTs. The initial response probably like hurt it a lot. And so they probably just like, okay, yeah, sure, whatever. But maybe that's not how it worked. Who knows? Maybe they just want to make it make more sense and release the suits earlier, which I think is fine.
Yeah, I mean, as long as they stick to this kind of time frame, I'm happy with that. The I will say though, the Unit 4 with the buff that they did to it, it went from being like, this is pretty cool, I guess, to this is insane. And the Unit 5, I mean, it already just did clap levels of damage, but I mean, there's really better suits that exist is kind of the downside with the Unit 5.
Hmm.
But yeah, but pretty cool. I'm glad they're in the lottery this early though. Pretty hype. And then the Winter Festival, yeah. So
Hey,
It's back.
GBO days.
hey, Christmas.
So we have one more day, I think, of GBO days, and then so as of right now, if you're a new or returning player, if you wanted to know life today and tomorrow, or at least till tomorrow at reset or something like that, you can get 10 times the XP, DP, and CP. So yeah, 5 times for the event for new and returning players, and 5 times for the GBO days, which is kind of insane, especially for trying to level your clan up really quick.
Bang
Um,
zoom straight to the moon.
but you can get it with like a platinum medal. You can get up to 24 times bonus, which is
Man.
kind of insane. um, then, oh, by the way, the funny thing is with GBO days, it's like the each free spin per day is like cool, and then it's like that 30 guaranteed 3-star. It's like, what? Why would I do that? There's a half off going on right now.
They always have
Yeah.
the worst times.
So it's kind of funny. But I mean, I guess if somebody has the tokens sitting around, then sure.
Right. It's just an extra thing for them to wail on.
Um, yeah, there's GBO
It's
days.
a guaranteed 3-star out of the entire list of everything ever.
Yeah. I still think that particular banner is a bit of a trap. Like good
What-
for new players, not as good for
Like
long
if you
time.
have
Oh yeah,
jack and you have money, you might as well spend on that too.
Oh, for sure.
yeah. Then it definitely helps out. But anybody who's been playing for a decent length of time, it's like probably gonna get a
It's not
repeat.
well supreme. Yeah.
Waste of tokens.
Um, yeah. Next thing we've got in the ticket shop. We got the GPO1 FB level 1, which again, since they did the premium metal stuff, it is also the final period suit that you can get. And so I finally got this figured out, by the way. I finally actually did the math and looked it up here the other day when somebody questioned it. Because I kept saying the FB, you can get it for free now.
Hey,
The only thing is if you're a newer player and you're not getting tickets, or if you don't get enough boxes that give you enough tickets, you cannot actually get the premium medal, your 38 total uh, missions completed. So it does take a little bit into the, you get enough boxes and enough tickets. So there is a little bit of an RNG chance that you probably won't get it if you were like straight up a new player. But I know a friend of mine who probably only played, I think they got their platinum medal before I did even, and they've only been playing 2 to 3 months, something like that. So, and I think they've got their platinum medal just about each month. So, yeah. So even though it is possible, you probably are still going to get whatever the third suit is that they're handing out for the platinum medal. If you're actually playing enough to get a few boxes here and there. So, but can confirm just on what is guaranteed to you, there's a chance that you can't get a platinum in a month. But anyway, oh yeah, and then there's the prototype Gundam. So,
the prototype Gundam.
level 4 is in the ticket shop.
What cost is that put it at?
500.
Okay.
Yeah, at that point, I just
'Cause
do the
that's totally
BST.
that's totally what we have for our raid right now. And guess what?
And guess what? You cut out.
Guess what I'm in as a support?
Ag.
No.
Dang.
The gun cannon mass
Wait,
production.
mass production? Yes! Oh my
Yes. So
gosh.
we got a high-end proto and a high-end mass.
It's just
All-
like
with
being
all
back
the
at 350 again.
Yeah. And I had the level 1 MGs on this because it's Jenny's account.
10 out of 10,
shit.
man. But yeah, so again, I think it's already rotated out of the ticket shop, but be on the lookout for the FB for sure if you play Space. It's definitely top tier, but again, you could probably, well, as long as you stay up with your boxes, you should be able to get it by the end of the month. The ag weapons are in for the level 2. They're in the DP store. Pretty much really all I'd say is get the drill. Probably not worry about the, I think, 100,000 DP missile launcher.
I
Not
bought
that
the missile
much.
launcher.
Unless you just have DP everywhere, then fair enough.
Yeah, I literally have a million DP on Gus, so I just like bought them earlier.
So you gotta get those next
they
tier
need-
Hangar upgrades, man. They'll get that DP from you.
Yeah, they will, but I
Oh
won't.
yeah.
Leona
why-
will take it off your hands.
That's why I'm broke.
I mean, I'd send for Leona, but I need a different currency for that.
For real.
They did a fix with the Aqua type Gundam. By the way, did you notice they changed the name? So I don't know which one is it now, the Aqua type, or it was the Aqua type before and now it's like,
They just call it the Aqua Gundam.
or now it's like the Gundam Marine type or something.
I had to look after I get out. I didn't
Yeah.
notice.
Yeah, I don't have to see you. I didn't even notice.
Yeah, apparently they changed the name from Banner to what's in game currently.
Huh.
So someone pointed that out, and I was like, "Wait, what?" And anyway, they apparently his harpoon gun would reload, like the motion would be terminated before the reloading was completed. So,
But
so
technically that would count.
yeah, so like, would it
hope
just
so.
not reload, or would you be able to actually fire it faster, even though it wasn't
don't-
reloaded?
Because they don't use the harpoon gun.
It just sounds like an
Well,
issue
no,
with
it's the explosive harpoon.
animation to me.
It's the like 4-shot.
Secondary.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
the
the
secondary.
okay.
Yeah, the explosive harpoon gun.
I think it might have just been the animation then, because I didn't really see any problems with it just like not reloading.
Okay.
Yeah. It
Because-
reads like a visual bug to me.
Yeah, it sounds like a visual bug, but they put it under weapon related, and normally when they do something weapon related, it's like
Because it was
more of a
affecting the weapon.
gameplay affecting thing. Yeah, so that's why I was wondering, was there like an actual, like, was it actually causing some issues, or did they just put it under weapon related because why not? But anyway, clan match tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
I'll be going to bed after the podcast.
Need one more person for our team, otherwise we'll probably just
Yeah,
gonna hang it up.
I probably should too, actually. Whoops. But yeah, 4 a.m. Pacific, 600 cost, 6v6 tropical desert. That's kind of the problem. I don't know if we'll have enough for a team because of the 6v6 thing, but I'm gonna be up anyway because Path of Exile racing kinda. So
I could do like a second ag drive for Jenny, I guess.
Oh no.
there you go.
Already gotten a couple matches in so far, so
But yeah, that's one thing I've been doing today was that Path of Exile Mayhem League launched, so I've been kind of racing. Either way, they've got a lot of cosmetics up for chance, and so I'm at least gonna compete there. I'll decide whether how hard I'm gonna go for it, the like actual race, depending on what position everybody's in tomorrow. But I'm trying to play solo self-found and be that, in the least amount of people competing, and also something that's not as difficult as hardcore, because mayhem is. I've already died like 5 times to just random things. Mayhem's gross. But yeah. Anyway, so clan ranked. Next week though we have the late night, and we're back on the ground. Woo!
hey,
500 simple.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, City Ruins 500 4v4 simple woot late night. Let's go. Next week is gonna be hype.
Hey.
So definitely gonna be doing some practices probably.
What bracket is that gonna be too? The top what? I think it's 40. I don't think it's the first 100.
Let's see. Where do I see the rewards at? Did it scroll all the way to the bottom
Oh, I can try to.
for details? Right here. Okay.
Conditions for earning the clan match mobile suit reward.
30. It would be 38th, so it is the top.
Top 40th. Yeah.
Yeah, top 40.
But the one after that's the top 100.
By the way, on a side note,
I'm gonna get that suit.
has it seemed to anybody else like
Give me that robot.
less?
Sorry, good.
Well, I mean, as far as like getting in the top 100, does it seem like less teams are playing, or like?
We got in last time, but we were literally the team. So we were.
I think it depends.
The bigger thing is just like potato connections and the servers shitting the bed. So we're getting like revolving doored out a lot without even having a match happen. That's still an issue. But we did have an instance where, if we're talking about like not enough people playing, we had a team that we rolled twice in a row because they gave it to us.
Yeah, well, that's what I was.
Same people, so like it wasn't even like a different group in the same clan.
Yeah, like we the last one I remember we had 3 different teams that we played against twice. I think one of them we played against 3 times or 4 times. So, like, it was just, yeah, there's been a lot of repeats recently. So I don't know whether it's just like, our ratings are lining up and that's why kind of thing, or yeah, there's been something kind of weird with that. So I will say, especially when there's a space day, seems like a little bit easier to get top 100. But yeah. So what is it?
So I
The
think
week after
you know what
will
it
be
is,
top 100.
and the JP side of things has been talking about it a lot too. But as more and more people in the higher end clans start to hit their S minus, there's a gap in the matchmaking. So it might not be that you're seeing less teams because there's less people playing, but that depending on what your composition is rating wise, that you might not be getting matched up with some of those guys. Because there are some times where you'll have like a lower rated team just kind of get smushed, but I feel like it's not super common. It seems like they're actually trying not to have that happen.
Yeah, that was kind of what they posted, is that they was going to try to be more consistent, and then like they were just going to have pretty much the top end playing against the top end.
So here's the concern, right? If the average for what the top end is considered is able to blot out the entire top 100,
Yeah,
then that's going to be a whole different issue. Because on top of getting rolled by those guys every do throw you at them, there's going to be a bunch of teams that you don't even get to see that are literally not going to be on your radar while they're fighting each other and building up those points and pretty much just shutting anyone else out.
I mean, I guess the main complaint for those teams was that if they were going up against people that were lower, then they were getting shut out by the teams that were getting to play against.
Because they literally
teams.
didn't have to do anything. They just had to like mitigate the ratio and just let them, like, even if they won, those scores weren't going to count, and it was just a waste of time.
Yeah, because what does S minus give point wise? Do we
400.
actually know?
Yeah, there's a chart for it, and that's what the JP side was
Gosh.
passing around on Twitter, being like, literally, this is the breakdown. These guys are getting this much, so entire teams that are going up against each other are on a whole different level for the points they're getting.
That's dumb. Well,
So yeah, that's its own oof in and of itself. So
Will say though, in that regard, like I think as long as you're like A might be pushing it, but if you can at least have A plus average, like you're not gonna get first, you're not gonna get top 3, but you can definitely get 100. Like as long as you have like 1 or 2 scores, or you've got max like point score, and you're up against like an A or an A plus, you should be able to get top
pretty high.
100 without having to worry. It's only really when you have like all close matches where even at A plus or A, you'll fall off the leaderboards. You've gotta push those max score games.
yeah,
I think
like you
that's
not
like the
only have
biggest
to
deal.
reach 20,000, you also have to have a good margin difference. So those are the gains you got a gun for.
I mean, just having a good score in general is pretty solid. I mean, like that's how we've been getting pretty close, and or we've been in at least a couple of times, so it works. But just kind of a bummer that the rewards are given out. You know, it takes what, 6 games or something, 6 weeks before it goes to the top 100 thing.
It's all about the content, damn it. And then even then, it's in the gacha. So
Yeah, at least they're hitting the gacha like immediately the next time after. Like I know on my alt where I was trying to just get the FAZZ and stuff just to play it
like
a bit.
I got pretty lucky on the MSV, but I literally only have like one version of the Night Seeker 2, and like all the rest of them I haven't seen hide nor hair of, even as they've been put into the gacha. So it's a rough beat even when they make it that far. But that's supposed to be the point.
That's why I was hyped when I got the Ramsagok. I was like, yes.
Right? Like those are the big spins that you want. It's almost kind of like, remember when people were doing the top 10 for the Western release, and it's like, why is the GS in there? They're beaming it. That's why.
The Zommel and the GS.
Yeah, the Zommel was goofy even when back then.
I mean, at least now you could almost make an argument that the Zommel, like, at 650 is kind of okay, except for until the Mark II Jubilee came out. But, like, I mean, I guess you could say 600 Zommel then is kind of okay, just because it has, like, a stupid amount of health. So you have, like, what, 25k base?
But, like, everything can just bully it from afar.
Yeah, but I mean, at least it's finally got enough health to actually kind of like. I think you can get enough health and enough resistances to, I think, cap both of them out at 650. So,
A meteor pinata.
but yeah, Q-Blade Mark II just kills any support period. So there's that. That downswing, man. Like even seeing you get hit with that earlier, just and you got the counter off, and you still took the damage. I was
Yeah,
like,
that was awful, dude. That was
oh, that
fucking gross.
hurts.
I hate it when
Oh.
that happens.
Because it's literally just it's that stupid model accurate bullshit again.
Yeah, it was
Where
like 14k or something.
because I didn't make contact with the body, the weapon still reached out and hits me,
Ouch.
and then the counter happens.
Okay, so, real quick, last thing here after the patch notes, let's go ahead and talk about, well, I mean, it's more patch notes, but let's talk about the winter event, and what we think, and we'll go through the winter event stuff. And then we'll do some suit guesses and wrap it up. But yeah, the winter event stuff, we have,
Yo, how does the cable do 4,000 damage?
here we go. So every week, 10 free 10 spin and a guaranteed 3-star mobile suit. That's pretty hype.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Unless
Very
you just get a repeat.
Now, what's the list for that? I guess that's the one thing I forgot. Is it a curated one or is it kind
I
of like
think it's everything.
It says every suit in the game, or every suit that's been to Lotto.
Yeah, okay. So it's one of those, which kind of explains.
but it's for free?
Yeah,
So-
I'll take it. Gave me a
That's
lot of
it.
tickets. That's pretty hype. The ag, we've talked about the ag, but special missions for the ag. Also with the special missions, there is some cool little marks. I was hyped to see Ramba Raw. There's also
Got
Slugger
Slugger
Law
as well.
and Red Dolphin.
Woody Des.
That's pretty hype. Then we got 30 of each of the enhancement tickets or mechanic tickets, and 100k DP, which is
Yeet.
used to I'd be like, man, that's a decent bit of DP. Now I'm like, that's not much. Enhancement shop, why? But oh, and then there's a camo thing here. Spots, small spots, HG pattern.
The high grades.
Yeah, right. So that's pretty cool. New and returning players, kind of mentioned it when we were on the GBO days thing. But new and returning players, 5 times bonus. Woot. Pretty hype. So one thing I'm doing with this is I'm getting on my alt and spamming to try to level up the clan. Go, go, go. But this is actually a pretty big deal for leveling up an account too. I remember when the anniversary event, I use this as an example. Where a friend of mine went from, was it the Lance Corporal all the way to Ensign, or is Corporal all the way to Ensign? One of those from the anniversary event. And that was a ×3 at that time, so ×5, pretty hype. But that's all DP, XP, and CP rewards. Also, any new and returning players. I know for GBO days you get a higher chance at box drops. Are they also giving the box drop through the entire month?
what was the one that they did? I kind of wish they'd bring back the guaranteed ones, kind of like they did for the anniversary.
Yeah, that sadly they didn't do that.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about the ones where it's like
You have to play, if you play a
the
certain amount
last
of games
pool.
before you get the drop, like they would
Yeah.
just give it to you.
That would like they just need to put that in. Period. Like
Yeah, like in what was the amount for the matches? I forget.
it's like 3 or 5 that you had to do, something like that. But that was great. I kind of wish they would just add something like that in. Period. To where, if you played, if there's 5 boxes and you played 50 games, you were pretty much guaranteed all your boxes in 50 games.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the curated list of suits
Oh
on the
no.
banners. But yeah, guarantees on crates would be nice.
Yeah.
I think it drives gameplay a lot too. Like you definitely see more people playing now when they
Yep.
can get all the crates guaranteed.
Oh yeah. That's that. Like, and then people wouldn't just be, in a win B lose game all day.
Yeah, I mean that's
I'm
pretty
almost
much
gonna-
where that came from.
Yeah, I almost wonder if the game would be better off if you could just get the crates 100%, or maybe like just higher in general. Like I don't even know.
I would say it would. Just saying. But the other thing too, by the way, for this bonus, it'll actually tell you if you're questioning whether you've been inactive for long enough, which is 45 days, or if you're wondering if you're still considered a new player, it's within 14 days. And in the little chat log, it'll actually say
Oh my
a
god.
little message saying,
A
"Hey,
little team.
you're eligible for this." So, now here's something interesting. So we're getting a boosted supply drop on the 10th, which is for a step 3 and 4. That is an unacquired 2-star and then an unacquired 3-star mobile suit.
Mhm.
You guys think you're gonna do any saving for that?
We'll see what's out that week. If there's something
Right.
good art like out and I can do dispense, like that'd be pretty cool.
But,
Although I think this is probably one of the better like guarantee banners. Like this one feels, again, I don't know what the main suit's gonna be, but just looking at the values, this feels better than the ×5 3-star drop rate.
Oh yeah.
yeah. Well, I mean, I already completely just like
Well,
when I
like the
was
3-star drop rate, even when it's curated, it can be anything. I don't need, like, unless they specify specifically that it's a suit. If they don't do that, then
yeah,
it
it's
can
all
also.
materials.
So
Yeah.
that's right.
Oh wait,
That's definitely why I
furthermore, all
like the,
materials are mobile suits.
So that's pretty good. Like that one looks like it's gonna be pretty nice.
Oh, that's only at step 5 though, I think. Well,
Does it have 5 steps?
yeah. Yeah, it's the same one they
I,
had last
I
time.
thought you meant like on the same banner. Okay.
Like that's what they did last year. Is they had 5 different
Just not-
steps.
Sorry, Solage.
Ah. Okay.
but but last year they did the same thing, and
Oh,
hang on, let me.
Magnum spreading his wings too.
Get up.
Your model's so lifelike. Oh my god.
But
I wish I had that kind of money laying around.
For real, man.
um,
We're supposed to be buying laptops? What is this?
Tisk.
but anyway, I did 4 steps last year, and I was just done because I got 0 3-stars in 4 steps, and that would have been a 1 times bonus, or what is it, 1.5, then 2 times, then a 3 times, and then a 4 times, and I got
Yeah, it was
0
cured.
3-stars. So I every time it's like, well, there's a 2 times bonus or a 3 times bonus. I'm like, yeah, I'm buying that. Like here's my I believe you face. You know,
Yeah,
like
that one's gonna be dubious.
yeah. So
Hit a hard X to doubt on that bitch.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm hitting 5 times X's to doubt. So the only thing is that last step though, saying though, furthermore, all materials are mobile suits. That's kind of nice that you're going to be getting at least just mobile suits that are in the lottery right now. So that could be really cool, especially if you haven't gotten too much in the lottery right now, or anybody who's really new that has been saving up tokens. That could be good, especially for newer players right now that have been playing for a couple of months or something.
Dare Battle Op next anniversary to do this exact step of this banner, but make like steps 4, maybe just step 5, but I think at least 2 steps be all unacquired mobile suits.
Whoa. Okay. Yeah. I mean, if it was step 5,
That's
all unacquired, then I'd be like,
That sounds like some anniversary shit right there. That should be what they do for the next one.
for real though.
That's a pretty hot banner. I mean, that'd be tempting, man.
That would be tempting. Yes, indeed.
Like just picture it. We're at the next anniversary. They just released Turn A Gundam, and we can
Turn
get
A Gundam
guaranteed.
Final simulator mode that just like wipes out the entire game,
Yeah, exactly.
and then it just leads the way for battle operations.
Oh no.
Yeah. I still think that would be hilarious. Like if just to
That
lead
needs
into Battle Operation 2, there's at least Turn A, and just like, well, we're literally gonna destroy the game. Have fun,
Like,
guys.
here's
Oh
all
my
the suits. Here's all the suits. We're gonna have a new simulator so you can get something, and it'll just be like a trophy or something. There you go. Fight the turn A.
Yeah. And even if you win, it just Moonlight Butterflies everything.
Yeah.
Brrrr.
I feel goodbye.
But
And then a new world is born.
But BBC was a bunch of cowards and they're never going to do it. So no daydreaming, unfortunately.
They should do that, and then it should be after it wipes the world, you just see like a stinger trail from next to.
oh no.
Yeah, it's got a
Oh,
it's got a freaking flyer on its tail. It's like next to, it's like no.
Oh bitches.
No.
Shay BB Studios.
But yeah, they redid the base camp. Yeah. So the other
Yeah.
Christmas stuff here.
So
We got
snowy.
a Snowman Zaku 2 head that turns your snowball into a cracker. Yeah.
That's what I was talking about earlier. I didn't notice that it did that. That's pretty cool.
Do we just have it in our inventory, or is it something we're supposed to get?
It's part of the rewards for the thing, isn't it? Or is it not?
No, I didn't see it in there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure then.
So I'm
Maybe
confused,
get it
'cause,
later.
like there's a couple things, and like none of the other Christmas stuff's up either. So I'm assuming like
Yeah.
maybe when we get closer in. it'll do
This
that?
is
Yeah, they just give it to you.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
they
just
just give
giving
it-
it to you on
Christmas.
Christmas.
I guess
Yeah, give it
it
to you on
literally is
Christmas. Yeah, Christmas Eve
Okay,
is when they give it out. Well, in Japan, we'll get it the day before.
right. Just walk around for a little bit with snow crackers, like.
Yeah, we'll get it on Christmas Eve.
I love the orange or tangerine mono eye too. It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that's great. That's fantastic.
It's like, what are we used for that? And it's just in there.
But then they're giving out the everything else, I think too, right? Yeah, all of them. So the reindeer headband, the Santa hat, and the snowman halo. Or Haro.
Why, dude?
Why does it say? Okay, that's weird.
Typo. Man, we've got even less new stuff cosmetics wise for Christmas.
Oh my god! It's like now we have the fucking hairstyle shit They haven't put anything in there.
Oof, that's a
We
big
got
oof.
literal no new
Yeah,
hairstyles. Like, oh my goodness.
They have no Christmas themed like decals or anything. It's just the stuff for the limited mission, which is neat. But you know, cosmetics, man. Let's go.
It's like the salon was a cash grab. Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
Oof. Like the fact that we're making the big deal out of them actually having like patterns just kind of shows where they're at in the cosmetic game in this.
Yeah, right.
We have to get excited because this never happens.
They just had to come out with a new character that went ara, and then yeah.
That's really all that was. They just wanted a wife in the game that wasn't cat or
Need
whatever.
more waifus, man.
So then the final thing here with this, and this is super hype, really, I think. Psycho Gundam Mark II. Yeah.
It has a grab. It has a fucking grab.
Oh
I saw it
no.
in the trailer. I can't wait to see
Dude.
that get off on somebody. It's gonna start. You know what that is too? Is the people seeing the fucking Gan shit and they're like, "Now we need to." The kick wasn't enough apparently. Now we need to have it like grab up somebody like, "Hey, stop that!"
Yeah. That's gonna be amazing. Real quick though, for them doing this, I'm guessing we're getting all the missions redone, so that probably means more rewards, which I'm all about that.
Yeah. So the interesting thing is that it's only that mode, so the other stuff isn't getting touched.
Oh, it isn't getting touched.
Well, at least that would. Hopefully they do, but they haven't said anything about it. It's just that one event. The other ones aren't getting different versions. Unless
Well,
it expressly says that like all of them are getting reset.
I mean, well, I don't think it actually says they're getting reset though, but it just says it does say Battle Simulator mission update. Let's see. You can test ride a variety of new units and Psycho Gundam Mark II. So I'm guessing it is.
Let me play the Psycho Gundam.
You know what that makes me curious? I wonder if they might start doing tests or trial suits for other modes.
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool. I mean, the trial
But
system.
it may also mean that they're just doing it for the other ones that do have trials, and it's just not going to be the double Zeta or whatever. So we'll see when it happens, I guess.
Yeah,
I would just like to see them implement trials and the trial system into the series battles.
That would be cool.
I'm trying to remember what. Yes, please. I'm trying to remember what they actually did on the simulator the last time. Well, like what they said about, because I'm pretty sure they said they were going to put the double Zeta trial in there, but like we were like, what are they going to do with the Psycho Gundam? And all they did was just change the ads. That was it.
Yeah.
So
now the Mark II, which doesn't have different stuff.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're using ads again though.
Actually, by the way, I wonder if they're changing the map.
Well, like
I would imagine so. The map
like
looks different.
Yeah, it looks like it's. I wonder if we're in Ruin City and they just got rid of the Thunderdome.
Probably. Which technically should have been what the one for the first Psycho was anyway.
That's kind of cool. Yeah, I'm pretty hyped now. That would be amazing if it's on a different map. But yeah. Hopefully they expand the trial system out when they say you can test ride a variety, like an actual variety, not like 3. Like, they really need to get on the ball.
It's gonna be 3.
It's probably gonna be 3. But like, it's such a missed opportunity. Okay, all I'm saying, Genshin Impact, right? You get to try out the new characters before you spin on the banner.
Do they? Oh, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you get to go in and like do a little combo, or
Oh, so
they'll
it's like
give
a
you a
practice.
few.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a practice run, but you actually get some rewards for it, so it's pretty cool too. But
Oh,
the thing is, you have like they'll put you in a pre-made party. Sometimes it's only just the character you're trying and another character, but it's some way that they can combo together, and it's example of a combo that they can do, and then you can kind of get used to comboing with them and learning their skills and stuff. The thing I don't like is that you can't really figure out, can't read their stuff before going into it unless I'm
you
being
just have to
dumb.
do it.
Yeah, and then so from what I understand, you just do it and you figure it out while you're in there. But the cool thing is you get to figure everything out. And like this banner, the character I like story wise. I think he's pretty cool story wise, kind of funny. But as far as like gameplay wise, kind of like not my thing. But I kind of want to see if I can get the character. I've got about enough for a 10 spin. Why not? Let's try it, kind of thing, right? But the thing
Mhm.
is, I know some people are like, gameplay, no, not my thing, and I'm just like, yeah, that's awesome. It's great that they have that, and yeah, I wish we could do that here. Saying, but
It'd be nice. There's a lot of quality of life battle operation could use.
yep. Which I know some people say, well, in that case, if you already knew that you didn't like it, you wouldn't spin. But the thing is, it's like, but if you didn't know you liked it and you weren't going to spin, but then you found out it's the best thing ever, then you would spin, and you might spin more.
There are a lot of suits I would have spun on more if I knew how it played before I had to roll on it. Because I
Mhm.
mean, I passed a Gaplant um when it first came out because I was waiting for more stuff. And I mean, that thing was really cool when it first came out. Same with the
Yeah,
Bawu. I didn't roll into Bawu. I wish I had it now.
Yeah, there's a lot of generals that I rolled like once on the Bawu, and then like the Methas I kind of wanted, but that's because I kind of wanted a Methas. But otherwise, I didn't really understand how it played till, surprisingly enough, I just didn't. There wasn't the cost up that you know while I was playing, so I was just like, not really knowing what the Methas was capable of till like a week later. And if I, didn't already want it, kind of spin on it, I would have had no clue that it's A, overpowered, and B, like super hyped that I really wanted it. But
now you know.
And knowing is half the battle.
so overall, what do we think? What do we think of this winter event? How does it compare to last year? How does it compare events wise? How does this one hold up? Because this is normally like one of the two big ones.
Hmm.
It seems like it holds water. It's a little disjointed, and I think it's just because they wanted to do different stuff for the rewards, which is nice. The ag is pretty crazy in and of itself, so having the extra stuff be staggered out and just brought in later on in the month is could they always do more? Hell yeah. I mean, like we were talking about before, it should definitely have more cosmetics just across the other shops and stuff. And
Oh, for
hopefully we
sure.
hear some more for that in the coming weeks. And this isn't just they shot their shot and that's it. Like that's another thing that I think some of these games need to get a little bit better about. Like the entire time span is the event, not you just like shitting out stuff in the beginning and then letting it roll until we finally get to the next month. And I think that's something that they did really well for the
Anniversary.
anniversary.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Personally, the 10 pulls are cool because you get the 3-star guaranteed at the end. That's nice. So I hope they just do that for the free 10 pulls from now on, just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
free stuff like that should be a minimum expectation for big holiday
Yeah,
events.
gimme.
Yeah. And then the
I
one thing that I'm
feel
oh, go ahead.
I feel blown away by, and I know a lot of it's just because we're catching up to release, but the Saga RE universe, like the amount of stuff that they shit out at you resource wise and like chances to get like styles and stuff is insane. So
Yeah, it's pretty
I
good.
kind of like a couple years in, I think we can afford to do that a little bit more too.
Especially to help out any kind of new players, like especially at this point, because yeah, 650 feels rough for new people.
Yeah, I like to see a return of dual facing banner units on top of them doing the catch up system with the levels on the older stuff.
Just saying, you could have got away with the dual banner and failure. Should have just
Say
did
that
it
again.
again.
Shut up.
So I guess in GBO2 they had the VG Pale Rider along with the dual hand, and it was a dual
Ooh,
banner.
yeah, that'd be cool.
So like, kind of a missed opportunity to like bring that back, but it was cool that it was a limited suit that we could just mess with. That was like surprisingly good.
I mean,
So it made up
they
for it
put
in
it in
its
the
own right.
lottery, then maybe they could, like, if they come out with it, that'd be cool.
Right, like
If they
have the
did,
VG come out and have the dual hand be like a shadow suit.
yeah, either just or maybe do the dual banner then, something
Yeah,
kind of thing. Um,
like, especially in the lotto alongside the
the one thing
Did you see that cool banner art where the suits are fighting again?
yeah.
The
yeah,
BD2 and
dude.
3
It's got like the
banner was
logo.
fucking sick.
Oh yeah, that was legit. But as far as the event goes, the thing that I'm missing from this is Hangar stuff. Give us the 2 times
Yeah.
bonus. I know I said it during the anniversary event. I want to see 2 times bonus to all the Hangar stuff. You know, the
Another
200.
minimum one, right?
Say it again. Sorry.
That should be another minimum one
Yeah.
for like
I agree.
Yeah.
any excuse they have, just roll it out like that.
Like 1 week, 2 weeks, something. You know, like or a week or 2 in, have it for the rest of the month. That's pretty much what the anniversary did. That should be a thing because, especially with the new giant amount of enhancement stuff, if we have to pay the 5 trillion DP just to get that stuff. And I'm still scared for that ticket icon being up there at the top of the modification
Yeah.
shop. But anyway,
I will say though, we still have the potential for New Year's to give us a little bit of a second
That's true.
chance on that though.
possibly.
They really do need to follow up really hard for New Year's. That'd be a
I liked
really good-
last year's New Year's banner. They need to give me another cool wallpaper.
Yeah.
But
Be what they're doing, right? Like holidays are kind of and then we get to New Year's and then they just bust out like some crazy shit.
I could deal. But yeah, Emblem. So what do you think? What's your thoughts on the this event?
It feels pretty standard as far as the events go, but I think my big takeaway is compared to the last big event, it feels infinitely better than Anniversary just because a rush cost isn't stapled onto it.
Ooh,
So
yeah, that's true.
I think I like it better
Yep.
than Anniversary.
I did
That's
kind of
one
like
of my
all
things.
the other cool stuff that happened. There was like a really bad like taste in our mouth from that.
Yeah. The premature release of 650 kind of overshadowed a lot of the cool stuff and the Anniversary, for me at least.
It was definitely premature in the Double Zeta in general, just as the big boy suit for that.
Yep. But cool. So let's go ahead and do some suit speculation, and here's kind of because I was just gonna point this out during the event talk, but what do we think? Is this a theme going on with suits? Are we just getting
Oh gosh,
signal
I with the
stuff?
camera with the camera back.
Or what?
I just I can move the camera and I had it
Oh,
sound
no.
like this. I was like, oh god, let me put the camera back. Well, before we I'll lead with my suit speculation so we can also talk about that image I sent to you. I'm calling the Zeku Eins weapon type 3 next week.
You think they're gonna do it next week?
Wait, which
Next week or
image?
definitely some point in time. It's in the
Sure.
Yeah, it's in the podcast in your Discord.
Oh,
Magnum.
okay.
So essentially, the FAZZ is countering a suit that we'd never seen before, and
Oh,
like
okay, gotcha. That one.
the Type 3 parts had those shoulder things on it, as well as the color. So people are like, "Yep, that's the Zeku."
It definitely is. I mean, gonna look at a clear shot. It's definitely the Zeku for sure. Be a pretty cool raid.
Yeah. So 500 cost Zeku.
I'm ready for that.
I kind of wonder. I could see. I don't know if they bring its weapons
Maybe
in,
a
depending on how I'm going to set it up. I could see it being a 556, especially if it's like in like the video makes you think it's competing with the FAZZ to some degree, but maybe that's just wishful thinking. But
If
my
it's like
guess
a
is
female thing, then
556.
I guess it might have just been one of the. Was it a mook suit or was it a like an
It's
ace?
pretty much. I think it's like the Mook suit for the Titans or whatever
Okay.
in FAZZ.
But I mean, the only reason why I'd say 500 is because next week's playing ranked is 500, and looks like we're kind of back on that.
Yeah, we kind of fell off a little bit, and then
Yeah. So it seems to be calling it again, but
Right.
was the weird Monday thing that we were talking about the reason why it didn't last time?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, but
We'll see, right?
but also I think we're gonna see Sentinel stuff though this event.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I think it's
They
gonna straight be Sentinel. So Zeku, Sentinel, what else? What was another one that somebody
Mark
said?
5.
Or Mark
I
5,
think
thank
we'll
you.
definitely see the Sentinel Gundam itself
Yeah.
as the Christmas week banner.
Yeah, that would be a good one. Actually, do you think the Sentinel would be a 650?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so this week we get the Zeku, and then the week after, on the 19th, we get the because it says clan ranked on the 19th is 650. So 19th is the Sentinel. Or if you're, do you think we're gonna get a? What if we get a general next week, and then we get the Zeku on the 19th, and then or wait, no. Would they wait till the 27th for the Sentinel, or do you think they're gonna do the week before or after Christmas?
I think it'd be the week. If it's not the week of Christmas, then it could be the New Year's suit, kind of like the Hyakushiki. But I don't know. It depends. If it's not that, then it could be because it could just be to push over into the New Year's suit.
Either way, though, I'm gonna say 19th for Sentinel though, just because that's the 650. I think I don't see us having two clan ranked in 650 in a row, but who knows? Maybe they will.
And if they take a break from Sentinel on Christmas, then my Christmas suit guess is going to be the Chobodam armor or full armor Alex.
Ooh, oh,
that'd be really cool.
that would be super hype, dude. I could deal with that. So what is this? What does the Zeku have? Oh, it has a beam smart gun. Oh no.
Oh
That's the
God.
Type 2, I think. The Type 3 would use the
Type 2,
machine gun, but it would have a Sturmfaust, a secondary, which depending on how they want to do it, they might put it as a primary, but it has access to a clay bazooka. It has those missiles. It looks like it has pretty good options. It probably have shoulder buffers as well.
Oh, dude. What if we get... Oh my gosh. The next support's going to be the Type 2. It's got a smart gun, and it's got a large disc mounted on its shoulder for passive radar system. Allowing
I actually
it to
agree with what
monitor
chat
enemy
was saying.
forces. So it's
I think the
ISAC.
Zekus are going to be our next G line cycle.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Type 2 is going to be the support, and it's.
I mean, technically, we have it for the Zeta too now. Like,
yeah, for sure.
A1. That'll be cool.
Dude, that's legit.
Too legit.
Give me an Isaac at high cost that has a smart gun. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that being a pretty good way for them to do like a better version of the Isaac with that suit. That'd be cool.
Yeah. The better Isaac. It's pretty much like if you could have the Isaac custom combined with an Isaac at that point. Only
Still,
it could run and charge.
I'm still a little disappointed in the C1 because it looks like its smart gun has a radome on it, and it doesn't get to ping anything. So hopefully, if they
Should have
do
given it that.
Type 2, then it'll actually do that. That'll be cool.
Yeah, the Type 2 actually says it's mounted on the shoulder. So I think the smart gun actually has it.
It's a bit like the GPO, the one that actually had like the gun and all that.
Yeah. Yeah, from what I can tell, the smart gun's pretty much kind of described the same. But that would be legit. Yeah, that's amazing.
Give it to me, BB Studios.
Yes, please. I need it in my life.
BB Grill.
Okay, so any other new suit stuff?
I'm good with that.
Sounds
Sentinels
good.
now.
Wait, real quick. What do we think the Mark 5?
Huh?
What do we
I think we
the-
need the Mark 4 and 5 would be cool.
What do we think about the Mark 5? What kind of suit would it be?
They
Oh,
make
a general.
Make it a raid.
The thing is, like everything in a kitchen sink, it would be a scary general. I'd be okay for being a raid. Give me the loot.
Oh, dude, that
It's
does
gotta-
look pretty hype.
It's got a shield at the very least. So even if it does have shitty health, like it'll at least cover up like one side of its body. It's still got the main gun that the Dolman also has. But it looks like it's got a little bit of not as much stuff, but still pretty good. It also has a quasi side commute. Oh, because of the what's that called? The incoms.
Mm-hmm.
Let it have the beam cannons on his shoulders.
Nope.
Come on.
Nope.
Make it a thing. No.
Oh,
It
the
needs to
S
be real.
Gundam would be cool.
Yeah, man. I kind of wonder how Alice would work.
A lot of
Just
people have
beam
been calling
Sam's.
for that. Yeah.
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 I'd probably just be a straight power up. Because technically what it should do is just turn into a hyper aggro AI. You don't have to do it.
Yeah.
But
It's definitely. They're all derivative of each other, but it feels more like NTD than it does Hades and stuff like that.
yeah. Like none of that shit's on the pilot. That is all on the system.
Because Ryu sucks, so Alice had to carry his weight.
The whole suit was the backpack.
Yeah, exactly. I gotta carry this flesh bag. Literally.
This little nugget of stupid. But yeah, I mean, I feel like they're kind of spelling it out that it's gonna be pretty Sentinel heavy for a while. Hopefully that is a thing. I don't know if they'll ever like confirm it anywhere. The fact that they had that promo come out on the JP side as it is pretty neat. I kind of wish we'd get more stuff like that on the English Twitter.
Oh yeah, I agree. You're talking about the
trailer
Gundam
that we
Cafe
saw.
thing?
But not even so much that, but like the just the trailer in general that we saw that Zeku in.
Oh, that had the thing in it. Yeah, I agree. I just figured that would be what they play during the next English Gundam live stream when they devote their 5 minutes to Battle Operation and Inbon combined, and then talk about Gunpla
Gunpla for
and
yeah.
Gundam War.
Gunpla
and
Warfare? Gunpla
Uh,
Warfare did announce a new stream coming up, so
There it is.
maybe
Okay.
they'll be like, "Oh, by the way, there's a holiday thing on GBO2. You guys should play."
Yeah, GBO.
Oh,
that
we
throwaway
played
game,
one or two
GBO.
matches. We played one or two matches together on stream for Mbon. Isn't it fun? Okay, now back to Gunpla.
Here's some Gunpla
Yeah.
and Gunpla Warfare. Now more Gunpla and now more Gunpla Warfare. And
Did I mention?
Oh
I
man.
wonder-
Buy our toys.
Sip in our gotcha. Do it now.
Yeah. Buy the gotcha stuff, then buy the model kits. Then
That's
buy
why they
the...
focus on Gunpla Warfare, because it's literally individual parts as
Oof.
opposed to entire suits. It's like, now you gotta gotcha even more, because now even the friends points don't guarantee you like generic parts. It's junk, and then sometimes you'll get parts. So
Feels bad.
they're going in. They're going in on that game.
They're genius, man. Gotta smash the waifus into pieces and make people roll for each body part. Like,
Oh no.
Welcome to the
Yeah.
wife butcher shop.
Oh no.
for real. They literally dice the cool robots up, and they know people will pay for each individual part.
Well,
I found.
So you think about it, those banners are dirty. Like, they have individual chase parts. It's like in other games where, like, oh, I just need the suit.
oh
Like,
my gosh.
I need to like roll for the high cost or the rarity part, and then hope I get the right piece. Like, screw you guys.
Yep.
Anyway, whatever.
But yeah, on that note, you guys want to do some shout outs?
Sounds good.
Stop.
I'm a goose. But yes. Goose out 13th, Goose out _X triple I. I am on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, as well as good old Twitch. Still working through Yakuza 4, along with doing our Gun and Battle Operation 2 dailies every day. So if you guys can come around for some robits and gangsters, we're gonna be moving on to 5 right after 4, so we still got that marathon going. And besides that, just trying to keep up with playthrough stuff on the YouTube side, as well as hopefully chopping up some matches to put on there as well. Keep that content flowing. What about you guys?
And I am GamingEmblem. You can find me on the internet at twitch.tv/GamingEmblem. Mixing up with some Battle Operation. I've still been trying to play Yakuza 7, as well as getting started on Demon Souls. So feel free to check it out. I've got a PS5, crisp frame rate. Check it out.
It's the frames.
Shout out to Team No Pants and Clan Battle tonight. We got this.
Oh,
And if you want to join, there's plenty of room in Team No Pants. Hitting me up. TMP. Woo!
I think you meant try to answer that other one.
Oh no. It's all Team No Pants.
On the pants.
All no
We're
pants.
all No Pants.
All no pants. But yeah, for real though, I want to get into Yakuza even more now after I've been watching some more of the Like a Dragon stuff. Pretty legit. you guys are. Oh my gosh.
It looks
Oh,
really fun.
man.
Like at the end of my journey, I'm gonna get to. It's just gonna be like hell yeah. So I'm ready for that.
But anyway, as usual, all links and stuff will be down in the description below. But anyway, guys, I'm EG Magnum. I stream on Twitch, got a YouTube channel, Discord, Twitter, stuff like that. Still setting up the Instagram and the Facebook stuff and things. Else there was something I was going to mention about Instagram that was kind of funny. Anyway, oh well. Oh no, it was Spotify. My Spotify actually got one of my Spotify's got hacked, and I was just like,
Oh no.
yeah, they don't have another thing that doesn't have two-factor authentication. I'm like, really? But anyway, I just made a new Spotify. There we go. Problem solved.
Bio, what you doing?
But anyway, so gonna be doing some Path of Exile, and hopefully after Clan Ranked tomorrow if I wake up early enough. But started Mayhem League today. Yeah, it's pretty much whatever league specific thing in each zone. There's one league specific thing in each zone. So like it could be
That actually
Breach
sounds
League,
cool.
where it has 20 breaches in it. Or Invasion League, where it has 20 different invasion bosses. Oh, and by the way, they could just be in one room. So there's like 20 bosses in one room, and you walk in, and you're just like, nope, I'm going the other way. And maybe that's the only way through the map. And at that point, you portal out, and you reset that area. And hope they're not all in that same room again. So yeah, like one thing I had happen today was there was like 20 harbingers, and there was like 10 harbingers in a thing. And what harbingers are is they spawn like five
Harbinger
dudes,
League was fun.
5 to 10 dudes each, and some of them can be rare enemies. So there was like just casually 10 harbingers just spawning 50 dudes every couple of seconds as I was trying to stay alive. So yeah, the Mayhem League is always like everybody's favorite kind of event to go on because you get all the loot and stuff. But they're putting a Dimmies up for grabs for like the top 5 or top 3 places on the ladder for each class. So I'm competing in Occultist, yeah, on Soul Self-Found. Oh yeah, that's pretty much an item that makes your character look bigger, and it's just
I see.
it's just a reward that one day when we can finally turn items into permanent cosmetics instead of like temporary cosmetics, it'll be worth all the currency and stuff, and it'll be even more amazing to actually have won some races, stuff like that. And then alternate art stuff would be insane. The thing is, what you can do during a league is you can actually pull out the dimmies that were won in the previous races and actually use them for a league. But the thing is, the items themselves, as far as being a cool thing to use, is pretty trash. So, but yeah, let's see. Other than that, yeah, it's pretty much going to be that GBO2 stuff and things, and maybe some Genshin story at some point. But there's a lot of Path of Exile events. There's an endless delve where it's nothing but delve, nothing else in the game, just delve. Like you start out at level
Nice.
1 at the beginning of the mine shaft. There's no other place you can travel. You just go into the mine and see what happens. So it's endless delve. It's like Endless Ledge from 7 years ago or however long it was. And then finally they're finishing off with a flashback. And yeah, so lots of stuff. And then the new league starts in January. So that'll be hype. But anyway, guys, if you're watching this on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, all that. Let us know in the comments below of what you thought about what we talked about and stuff like that. But anyway, guys, that'll be it for this one. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Peace. Okay.
Oh boy.